Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everyone. Tactical Lich here. I'm sure some of you are just on the new player tournament with human, but but it seems that that part is overrunning. But anyways, we'll be starting our own best of 5 playoff. This time between Central Scrutinizer and Chief of Clan BBB. Now, we've already had three playoffs, two playoffs so far, I think, if I remember correctly. Oh shit, yeah, those are some pretty intense games so far. Yeah, and let's see what we'll experience this time. Since Central Scrutinizer and Chief are both very good players, though I haven't played against them a lot. I lost to Chief multiple times, so. And Central Scrutinizer is known to be, I think he also main Empire. I don't think I've ever played against him when I think about it, but yeah. Let's see what they will bring to the table today. The Army Blocker is up right now because, well, we can't let any possibility of, of stream sniping to happen. Anyways, I'll just have to make sure the players... Yeah, let's see. Okay, both players are setting up their army. I'm just gonna ask Scrutinizers to set up his army. Let me just quick. Okay. Okay, what are we having here? Chief seems to be wanting to set up things in a different way where Scroot should load in when only after he has an army load up, but this is a bit confusing. So yeah, we might be waiting a bit before both players play. First of all, I just have to ask them what is the factions of the first battle. Give me a second. Yeah. All right, let's see what are we looking at here. Of course, I'm not gonna talk about the army builds, but I might just do some speculations on the tactics and approach. I mean, both players are better than me, so I don't expect them to take reference from what I talk about. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Now let's have a look at the chat. Hey, not much chat going on, so, well. Hey, General Eisenberg. Nice to see you here. We do expect a lot of blood for the Blood God and just blood for everyone right now. Jack Norman, do we know picks and bans? I do not know right now, so I doubt anyone other than the two players would know. But yeah. Unfortunately, I can't really say much about the two players' playstyle either, since, well, I actually didn't play against them much. Yeah, I played against Chief a few times and he beat me pretty resoundingly. Well, I played against him in yesterday's Legendary Lord speedrun, hosted by CoolUmbrella and streamed on Gojira's channel, and he definitely out-microed my Bretonia when I was slacking really hard with those those Knights of the Realm. Yeah, Chief is overall a solid player for sure, one of the best in the clan BBB, I would dare say. And Central Scrutinizer, I think I've seen a few of his games on somebody else's stream. Well, Human Boy, yes, mostly. But I don't think I've seen his playstyle much. Like, I've only just started speaking to him like today, roughly 4 hours ago. So, can't really say much. But yeah. Now, CoolUmbrella, you ready to do some Scrappin' Sunday Tactical? I'm never ready, but I'll see what happens. I do have to play against Gojira, who is also a decent player, so I don't know, man. I don't know. I've been lacking practice recently. Been doing a lot of content creation instead of actually playing myself. Plus, I need to prep some stuff for, like, I'm going to travel for a bit next week, and we'll be out of commission for a few days, so I've been making extra content to make up for the hiatus. The uploading schedule will still be the same, it's just that I won't be having any time making videos, so I need to make up some extra stuff in advance. But yeah, let's see what happens here. We've got the army builds picked between me and Gojira. The thing is, I don't know what kind of build he will bring. I haven't played much against Gojira either. Did I? I probably played against him once at some point. Not quite sure. Need to check actually. But yeah, for those of you who are not aware, we will be playing between the RTK clan and BBB clan. We'll be having a clan war on Dav's channel tomorrow evening. Well, tomorrow Europe time evening, I believe. And yeah, hopefully it'll be a good scrap. Like, we've got quite a few best of 2s and a 2v2 battle coming in, so that's gonna be some hot stuff, spicy action. But yeah, it seems that Scroot is still going on with his army build picking, while Chief has already got his army build nailed down. I have not seen him change his army build at all, so I assume this is going to be the faction he's playing. Okay. Anyways, I'm not gonna talk about their army builds, but Beastmen, I still don't know what is Groot's army pick, so let me just check the Discord if they have replied. Oh, okay, so what? First game is going to be okay. It's not Beastmen. There's no Beastmen in the first game. Chief just have his default army loaded. This is not Beastmen. Is not his faction. It is Central Scrutinizers Dark Elves versus Chief's Wood Elves, and I do believe that Wood Elves has an advantage here, and Chief does have his army loaded. Yeah, he just quickly loaded in his army. Yeah. So yeah, I do believe that Wood Elves have an advantage in this matchup. I personally love to use Wood Elves against Dark Elves simply because the Dryads are so good against Bleak Swords and Dread Spears. And yeah, I think yeah, right. I have like a 1-minute tactics video scheduled for later next week. Probably on Wednesday. Let me check. I need to check my schedule of releases. Where is the video? Yep. It's scheduled on Wednesday about how to shut down Dark Elves. Dark Elves. By Dark Elves, I mean Maulus Darkblade specifically. With the Wood Elves, it is a pretty age-old tactic for the Wood Elves, but yeah, we'll see. Where's Central Scrutinizer? Cal. Okay, so basically, Chief, who is also San La Muerte over here, told me and Central Scrutinizer that he would prefer if Central Scrutinizer would just load in after he has his army picked. So we are just waiting for Scrut to get his army ready, and then he would jump in, and then we can start the scrap right away. So yeah, there's that. And it seems like they're taking their time, which is absolutely fine. But yeah, we'll be waiting a bit. Alejandro, Rodo. Sorry, I can't do Spanish accent. I just can't do accent in general, full stop. But yeah, hey, I suppose Alejandro Rodo is one of our clan BBB, I guess. But I don't know who you actually are. Yeah. But yeah, thanks for your support. I'm pretty sure you go by a different name on the clan. But anyways, when will we start? We'll start when Central Scrutinizer loads in with his army, and then we can just hop straight into action. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, anyways, back to Dark Elves and Wood Elves. I do think that Wood Elves have an advantage over Dark Elves. Personally, I like to spam Dryads to break the Bleak Swords and Dread Spears, and even if well, in terms of frontline, the only things that can trade well against the Bleak Swords, Dread Spears, and the only thing the Dark Elves can trade well against the Wood Elves in terms of frontline are Harganev Executioners and perhaps Black Corsairs, but both of them are very vulnerable to Starfire Shatfire, so that is not exactly the best choice. And yeah, and if those stuff are just, if those got shut down, then yeah, the only thing that the Dark Elves can bring against the Wood Elf frontline is like Sisters of Slaughter or Sisters or Witch Elves, but both of them are very weak to like Dryads and whatnot, so not necessarily great for the Dark Elves. And even if you try to overload them, oh, okay, yeah, it seems Central Scrutinizer has loaded in, and we'll be waiting for him to get his Dark Elves army out, and we can start now, I guess. Yep, we're loading in. And we are loading in. Okay, I'll keep the army blocker a few more seconds. Anyways, even if you try to overload enemy flanks with the Cult 1 Knight spam, Eternal Gods, one of the best basic spears in the game, not because they have great stats, but because they have armor piercing, really cheap armor piercing, would make short work of the Cult 1 cavalry. Anyways, we'll be unleashing the armies here, turning off the army blocker, and let's see what do we have on the field. For the Dark Elves army, a front line of Black Corsairs. They will trade great against Dryads, but I don't know if the Wood Elves actually got any armor piercing to deal with them. Anyways, a ton of mobility Dark Riders, some of them with repeater crossbows, and then a little bit of Cult 1 Knights. I swear I saw another one in the... One Cult 1 Knight? Two Cult 1 Knights, yep, two Cult 1 Knights, yep. Yeah. Two Dark Riders and two repeater crossbows. Yeah, two repeater crossbows. They're just hiding in the trees now. And a front line of Bleak Swords and a lot of Black Corsairs. Actually, 5 of them, in fact. A lot of front line pressure there. And it seems that the Wood Elves might not be prepared for this. There are three Glade Gods, but unfortunately they are not armor-piercing variant. They are not Starfire Shaft. Instead, yeah, there's a Glade Lord with breath attacks in the sky, so that might be their best bet against the Black Corsairs. Anyways, a front line of Dryads and then a back line of Eternal Gods backing up. Perhaps the Eternal Gods, if supported properly, they can do a bit of they can use their armor piercing to do some work against the Black Corsairs, but then they would just get cut down by the Black Corsairs, so it seems a bit rough. They can kill the Cult Knights properly though. In the skies we have Glade Lord, the Glade Lady actually with the Prey of Anathema, which is always a nice ability to see. On the ground for spell support, a Branch Wraith with only Earth Blood. I think that not taking Malkovs is probably a mistake. It is a good spell against both infantry and cavalry, which you kind of expect Dark Elves to bring a ton over here. What else? we have a few Glade Riders and that's it. Oh, also a Waste Stalker, providing nothing other than some skirmish firepower. Well, I don't know what to say about this build. I think that with all these Black Corsairs here, the Dark Elves are having a bit of an upper hand because there's nothing to stop the frontline push here other than some Dryads, which will be quickly cut down by the Black Corsairs. They will trade well against Bleak Swords, but once those Black Corsairs comes in, they probably is just gonna get smashed. And it really comes down to how quick the Glade Gods can work down the Black Corsairs, but then they don't have armor piercing, so I don't know. And Chief is going for his usual play style. The few times I play against him, he seems to, or the few times I saw him play or play against him, he seems to be favoring this kind of playstyle with a bit of a box build. It is not entirely a box, but it is a very spread out, but kind of a very spread out checkboard formation that kind of resembles a box. Anyways, the Waste Stalker will be moving out to start some skirmishing. The Dryads are slowly moving forward, which is fine. They're not running away. That's that should be, yeah. They're slowly moving forward, not running away or not just holding back and let stuff comes out to chip in. For the Dark Elves, I forgot to talk about this, but Supreme Sorceress of Darkness coming in with only Soul Stealer and the Opal Amulet. So we can expect a lot of Soul Stealer spam here and heal capping the Supreme Sorceress. She is trying to dodge shots here, but it seems that the massive hitbox of the dragon is not helping them at all. She tried to dodge, but it still hits, so yeah, rough times. Some shots are going into the Bleak Swords as well, taking down a few models as they try to move around. Now the Dark Riders with repeater crossbows are coming in, and that might spell trouble for the Glade Lord, who is now backing off as she does not want to tangle with all those armor-piercing fire, while Central Scrutinizer here slowly marching through the forest. Yeah, we're just doing some slow march right now. I would say with all these Dark Riders, it might be a mistake not to put one Dark Rider at the far corner over there, because if you're putting your majority of your army over this side, forcing Chief to perhaps turn around and deal with you, and like after you have his attention on this end of the map, you can just probably sneak in something from the back and hit up the Glade Riders, but then no, hit up the Glade Gods. But then that's just some kind of a bamboozling play. So mind-boggling play. I was using too much brain gobblers these days. Anyways, mind-boggling plays. But yeah, that's just that's also a high risk, high reward scenario where you have an isolated unit that could have been used elsewhere. So yeah, it is just some kind of tactics that can be viable. But anyways, the Glade Lord has taken some damage due to the where's the repeater crossbows? Oh, they have maneuvered all the way over here. Wait, what the? Okay, they're maneuvering and a bit of hiding here. Okay, finally. Central Scrutinizer has reformed his ranks and ready to start pushing now. The Glade Guards will start unleashing their volleys into the Bleak Swords, softening them up so that the Dryads can break them easier afterwards. And the Supreme Sorcerer seems to look for a flank overload here. A nice chill wind straight down the line of the Glade Gods. It's really hard to dodge that spell. That has a really short casting time, so yeah, things are quite rough for these Glade Gods. We'll probably wait. Oh yeah, she does have chill wind. But yeah, she does. That is a really nice spell against the Wood Elf infantry. As expected, the Dryads are making short work of the Bleak Swords. One unit of Black Corsairs are netted down and will be showered by a bunch of Glade God firepower, and the Glade Gods are doing quite well against them. And yeah, these guys are being worked down, but the rest of the front line of the Wood Elves are kind of breaking. These guys got absolutely shattered by the breath attack of got absolutely shattered by the Sorceress breath attack. A Soul Stealer is going down, draining the health of the Glade Riders and Eternal Gods, while the rest of the Dark Elf army seems to be moving out of the forest. Dryads are still beating down the Bleak Swords, but as soon as the Black Arquebuses comes in, they're not having a good time whatsoever. But it seems that the Bleak Swords and some of the Black Arquebuses are... And yeah, they're stopped by the help of the Glade God, while over here a massive on-scourge of mobility plus a little bit of a flanking maneuver here. The Dark Riders are going after the Glade Gods and there's nothing to stop them right now. Same goes for over here. The Chill Wind goes down, chip away the health of the Glade Gods and the Dark Riders. Glade Riders have a nice counter charge against the Dark Riders, but the Supreme Sorceress is here to support. That means only one unit of Glade Gods are still online. The other is silenced. This one's probably not going to hold in melee for long. Yeah. Suddenly the Wood Elf box is in quite a bit of danger. A lot of these Eternal Gods are not in the position to screen away enemy units, and the Glade Gods are indeed suffering for it. The Glade Lord is up here, probably chucking some shots into enemy units, but things are looking rough as the Dark Riders with repeater crossbows who have held in the tree lines are now out again and start focus firing on the Glade Lord. But the Eternal Gods, as I said, they are great against Dark. Yeah, they're a solid anti-lock unit with armor piercing, and that means the Koa Knights do not want to tangle with them for too long. Dark Riders being worked down, a Soul Stealer catching a lot of units here. Ooh, this might be rough for the Wood Elves. Now, a lot of these Glade Gods are being chased off, and there's not really much to resecure them. A Soul Stealer draining a lot of units over here, but the Eternal Gods will be fighting for a bit longer, also receiving a bit of Earth Blood earlier. But yeah, balance of power is slightly in the favor of the Wood Elves though, which I don't necessarily agree, but with a catch from the Prey of Anathema here with the Glade Lady diving down as well, things are not looking too bad for the Wood Elves perhaps. A nice scroll of shooting as well, just mitigating some of that incoming damage, stacking it up with the physical resistance plus missile resistance. That's what, a 65% of resistance against all these Dark Elf missiles. And at the same time, Glade Riders are coming in to stop them right now. Really nice resistance stacking right there actually. And with that resistance, like the physical resistance, that might be a key for the Glade Lord to win in the melee engagement against the Supreme Sorceress on her Black Dragon. Anyways, Eternal Gods are still fighting. Unfortunately, they do not have the greatest melee stats to deal with the Black Arquebuses. They are taking a lot of damage here now that they're sandwiched by multiple units, but they managed to beat back one unit of Black Arquebuses. But things are... Oh, okay, so the Waystalker is still fighting. That's probably why the balance of power is so healthy for the Wood Elves. All three of their single entities are pretty healthy, despite their army is losing everywhere. So it might be a Hero Hammer scenario, though this is not a solid meta Hero Hammer. A Breath Attack really nice into some of these last Eternal Gods here who are still holding. But yeah, there are some regrouped Glade Gods over here. And they're still chipping away the health of some of these Black Arquebuses, but these Koa Knights are just going to go in and finish them. A really nice Breath Attack coming in to drain the health, dishing out some pretty nasty damage against the Sorceress, the Supreme Sorceress, and also a Noxious Breath effect as well, lowering that melee attack using the Prey of Anathema to pin her down, and then the Glade Lord will be mulching on her. Don't forget that I was about to say that the Branch Wraith might have got the... Oh, they did got the Call of the Woods, giving a little bit extra melee attack to the Glade Lord there, helping her land hits even more consistently, but then the Koa Knights are here to screen out for her, and, well, the Supreme Sorceress is back in disguise, and the Glade Lord is taking a lot of damage. Now here is where the Malkovs might be useful here to drain away the health of the Koa Knights, but unfortunately the Branch Wraith does not have the spell on her right now. Yeah, that's a she. Branch Wraith is a she, I think. So the Glade Lord might have to fight this one out in melee, which doesn't look great, honestly. At the back there are some remnants of the Wood Elf forces returning. Balance of power is in the favor of the Wood Elves, but the... Oh wait, no, that's not the Wood Elves. That's the Dark Elves' favor. My bad. But yeah, things are looking real rough for the Wood Elves right now, with the Dark Riders with repeater crossbows still here showering the Glade Lord with some of their firepower, and there's not much the Wood Elves have in terms of board presence. What are they doing right now? Well, the Waste Stalker is fighting through some Bleak Swords over here, but this is not a great engagement for him. He needs to get out of dodge, or yeah, and start shooting again. Or at least get the Glade Lord over here and break off the Bleak Swords. There are a lot of weakened Dark Elf units here. Oh, okay. And diving down the Glade Lord to break them is definitely a good choice. But I don't know... Yeah, I don't know how much work she can do against such reckless, armor-piercing firepower focusing her down. Oof, things are looking rough for sure. Bleak Swords trading well against Eternal Gods. And Eternal Gods shall be broken off. Now the Waste Stalker is starting to run. But he has nothing on him to help out the scenario right now. Like, things are looking real rough. Just because there's not much options here other than hopefully using the Glade Lord to pick off all these scattered Dark Elf units. We're probably going on a cut phase now where the Glade Lord will come in and try to break off all these remaining Bleak Swords, Dark Riders and whatnot, but the Dark Riders will get to the Glade Gods first before the Glade Lord is here to help. So no questions asked over there, and these Glade Gods are not going to be there for long. Glade Lord jumping in after the Dark Riders, a nice Earthblight coming in, healing in both the Waste Stalker and these remaining Glade Gods. But then here comes the Dark Riders with repeater crossbows, showering everything in the vicinity with some nice armor-piercing crossbow bolts. The Glade Lord is almost at her heal cap, and again, things are looking real grim. The Supreme Sorceress of Dark Magic still has a lot of healing left to go, although she did use quite a bit of magic on her Chill Wind spell, so she might not have that much healing remaining. But then again, all that the Dark Elves need to do is tie down the Glade Lord in melee and then shoot her with the repeater crossbows, and that's going to be at the end of the of the Wood Elves. Just like here, Koa Knights come in, tie down the Glade Lord, and Overcast Earthblast is dropped into the vicinity, but I don't know if it's worth it because the Glade Lord is not healing anymore. So all you're healing is basically the Waste Stalker, and you're not healing the Branch Wraith, unfortunately. The Breath Attack is going in, the Glade Lord got even lower in terms of hit points, and we're slowly approaching army losses. As soon as the Glade Lord army loss, as soon as the Glade Lord rout, it's gonna be army losses, I'm afraid. And she is not holding up in terms of leadership. To leadership, she's still taking damage. Oh, the missile's coming in, and it's gonna apply a missile debuff on her leadership, but seems like she's holding. She's holding for now, but -2. There goes the Glade Lord. Everything else will also follow suit. GG to the first game. Screwed. I was supposed to save that, but no, okay. I guess I'll just open up the game files and oof. Let's see. But yeah, things we're looking real rough for the Wood Elves here because there's nothing to deal with the Black Corsairs. They didn't got a lot of damage value out, but the thing is that they are just not easy to kill for the Wood Elves here. Dryads didn't trade well into them at all, and then being blasted by Chillwind, overloaded by Bleak Swords, the Wood Elf front line did not hold, and then the Eternal Gods being thrown into the fray to slow down the Dark Elves' advance just got cut down afterwards. Glade Riders with spears stopped the push of all these Koa Knights, or at least they tried to, but didn't really do too much here, and they just died. Now the Glade Lord has some really nice micro going in, but unfortunately she was not enough to carry the game. And that is why I think the Starfire Shafts are necessary in this matchup, where you can either shoot Koa Knights or you can shoot Black Corsairs. But yeah. While the Dark Elves over here, Koa Knights one of them did fine. One of them did amazing, the other not so much. Black Corsairs, some of them did pretty decently. These guys are still very healthy as well, after cutting down loads of Dark Elves and trees. The Dark Riders over here did some nice damage, but nothing too amazing. Bleak Swords did well, pushed back a lot of the Glade Gods, Eternal Gods, and whatnot. But yeah, overall, oh, also a lot of Soul Stealers coming in, so yeah. Plus Chill Wind, a very cost-efficient spell. But yeah, overall, pretty rough for this Wood Elf build here, particularly. Now, time to save games. Central Scrutinizer versus Chief. 1. Okay, first game down, and let's see. Alright, I'm just gonna quickly go to... Is that... Okay, that was... It seems we're back to a little bit of rules arguing. Yeah, there was a possible forest camping in the beginning, but for the sake of getting everything done and not just getting stuck on a rule argument, can we just get the battle going? I couldn't see the whole map though. Well, we can quickly check the replay. I mean, I did save the replay and... Okay, fine. Let's just quickly go through the replay. Like, I don't believe there is much of a difference over here, even if, yeah, he advanced through the forest, that should be fine. I do say that there's, like, even if there's a forest rule break, that did not make much difference in the game. Like, okay, he was moving through the forest, but there's no artillery for him to just kind of, like, absorb when he was sitting in the forest. And Central Scrutinizer did move out his army as soon as the ranks are reformed, so... Like, even if there is a forest rule break, I don't think that's a major one. And honestly, I think we can just continue. But yeah. Like, yes, he's advancing through the forest, but most of the army are just kind of... but, like, there's a good chunk of army outside the forest. Yeah, they're advancing through the forest. And there's nothing that Chief can do to take advantage while he's advancing his army through the formation. Even if that's like a complete... Oh, I guess that shielded the Dark Riders a bit from the firepower, but that's not like game-changing, honestly. Like, even... Like, imagine this is like a complete open field right here. Like, it's... Yeah, there's nothing... It really doesn't affect much. Yeah, it's fine. Like, that's my... I mean, I'm not the rules committee, but personally, I don't see that as a major rule break or anything that changes the consequence of battle. We'll see what like... Seriously, I don't think that's a major rule break right there, but I guess... I'm also not the... Unfortunately, I'm also not the mod, so I don't have the final say on the rule breaking. Personally, I think it's fine. Anyways. It seems that we're back to the pick and bans. Yeah, in fruit rules, that's not a rule break, and I don't think that in the BBB set of rules are a major rule break either. Players may position up to 70% of their banners inside a forest if they're advancing towards their opponents to engage in sustained melee combat. So basically, they need to have 30% of their banners outside the forest when they're advancing. But then again, it's not like... Yeah, it's not like there's anything... Again, it's not like anything that the Wood Elves can do to take advantage of the units advancing through the forest, other than the fact that they have to show their banners. Yeah, just like the other day, it did not really impact the outcome. Just like CoolUmbrella said, like, according to this version of the forest rule, it's possibly a rule break. But then again, just like the other day with Lenormand and El Chef, the rule break didn't have a major impact on the outcome of the battle whatsoever. So that, yeah, sure, there's a rule break, but that should be fine. Anyways, we've gone on long enough about the rule break. Now we just need the players to send us the pick and bans. Arc 91, is that El Chef? Anyways. But yeah, yeah, I assume that's El Chef, Arc 91. Hey dude, I know that it might be a rule break according to the forest rules and the BBB rules, but like the other game, it really didn't impact the gameplay that much, and I think we should let this one slide for this time. And we shall have to wait for their army picks, which I really wish they would have just made the army picks before the actual stream. Now we have to wait. Damn it. Anyways. Like, the thing is that I don't even know their army picks, so I can't even talk about the matchup right now. So yeah, we kind of just have to wait a bit, unfortunately. Yeah, let's see what we have in the chat for now. Phoenix King, I think we need... What else needed some more cavalry instead of Eternal Gods? I don't think cavalry in this is gonna make any difference. Okay, let's just go into the battle one more time to check. Like, they've already got a full number of Glade Riders. So that's not gonna... Yeah, so that's not gonna help them. And the army picks are done. Okay, anyways. While they are still probably picking armies, we can go through this battle for a bit there. So, in terms of balance, we have the Dryads to deal with the Bleak Swords. There's nothing to deal with the Black Acolytes. Like, perhaps a little bit of Malkov's Mystifying Miasma or the Penumbral's Pendulum would do, but also I think the Waystalker is not necessary here. I mean, what can he do here? Shoot at cheap chaff? So, yeah, I don't think that's a great pick overall. Like, could have cut out the Waystalker and get another, and get, like, a whole other Glade God. provide a bit more firepower, or save up the funds and just make all of the Starfire shafts. They're significantly more expensive. I mean the Starfire shafts, but oh shit. Sorry guys. Sorry guys. Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah. Okay. It seems that both armies... Sorry, we can talk about this later, as it seems that they have finished their army picks. Coming. Spectate. 1, 2, 3. Blocker. Okay, we're back. We have the army picks now. It's gonna be Lizardmen from Central Scrutinizer versus Empire from Chief. And I'm interested to see what they will bring to the table. I'm kind of expecting gun lines for the Empire against the Lizardmen's Bastiladon. But then again, skinks are just very nice to use these days, so probably a ton of javelins. A ton of javelins. Okay, I need to remember the blocker all the times. Anyways. But yeah. Chief's build here is quite interesting. I mean, I can't talk about it, but we'll see when we load up into the battle. And Lizardmen, they did have a recent buffs to all their Croxigors, which means they can pretty much plow through the state troops front line with the Boxigors and even regular Croxigors. So I'm expecting the Empire to have a lot of cheap chaff just to block up the rush. But they also need some kind of killing power in the forms of artillery and whatnot. So that will be interesting to see, but then again, what do they have to stop dinosaurs? Like a few Bastiladon plowing through the front line would make short work of the Empire gun line at the back. Perhaps, I guess they can chuck in some... yeah, perhaps they can chuck in some halberd demigryphs, but for some reason, halberd with demigryphs just demigryphs with halberds just doesn't perform well in this current meta right now. Like we've seen some regular demigryphs in Tuesday's stream where Lenorm was fighting against, was it Kalharman or Caradoc? I think it's Kalharman. But that did not. Yeah, but that did not go too well. No, wait, that did... Actually, no, that did well, as the demigryphs did run down the Nurgle army in the end. But in this scenario, I don't know. Like, I've tried using demigryphs against the Lizardmen, but then they just get focus fired by all those javelins from skinks and whatnot, so that did not go very well for my demigryphs. So I don't expect them to go well in here either, especially being overloaded by Feral Colt ones, which is a pretty dirt cheap and very cost-effective armor-piercing mobility. Caradoc, I would go the wider the better for the Lizardmen in here. I do agree with that. Oh, it seems that Central Scrutinizer has loaded into the lobby. Now I just need to make sure I don't forget about the blocker when I load into the game. Default armies are better in land battles in my opinion. Yep. It just seems to be that way, unfortunately. Caradoc, just a Cav and Skinks with some cheap terror. Sounds good. That sounds good. But we'll see the army builds for both sides when we actually load in. We have interesting choices from both sides. I'm not gonna lie. Wait, wait, what? Oh god. I'm seeing a unit that I really like and a lot of campaign players really like. The thing is, we just never see them on land battles. And that are the Stegodons. They're not even the cheap ones. They're the regular ones with their ballistas. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, anyways, 2 Stegodons from Central Scrutinizer plus an Ancient Salamander. Well, it kind of makes sense given that the cannons are kind of meh in this meta, and these guys can simply dodge and weave and just keep chugging out their explosive missiles. A massive front line of skink cohorts mixed in with a couple Saurus warriors with shields, and then 4 skink skirmishers and a single Razordorn hunting packs. Ooh, these are some spicy choices of an army. A live Slan mage with Earthblood, I think, yep, Earthblood, Banishment, and Dwellers below to punish any blobs. Shield of the Old Ones, and also Blood Statuette of Spite. Although there is not a lot of good choices for the Blood Statuette other than the Empire Knights here, as we have 4 Empire Knights, a ton of state troops, in, especially in the form of swordsmen and spearmen with shields, protecting a single archer unit, a handgunner, and a single Hellblaster volley gun. Now this is a spicy choice. I do like these artillery for quite a bit, and that's Hellblaster with volley gun. If you mounted it on a war wagon, that is my go-to choice when I go into Dadawi. But against the Lizardmen with one of these, this will be interesting because, well, it is primarily anti-infantry, but because it just shoots out multiple missiles at once at every volley, if it can hit something with a massive hitbox, for example, well, Stegodons, it will do massive damage, and because the projectile actually has penetration, it will hit through multiple hitboxes on a big enough target. And well, for example, the Stegodons. So it should be able to do some nasty damage once the monster get in range, but we'll see how it goes because there's not a lot of thickness in the front line with this kind of box build. And the Stegodon can just push through and get into the back line. In the skies, Karl Franz with a support from the Jade Wizard, providing some healing, and that's about it. Wait, no, there's still an Empire Knight in the front line here. Not sure what he's for because he doesn't have any abilities. Yeah, he doesn't have any abilities other than his default stuff. Like, he's just a naked loadout right here. Damn. I need to set up a... yeah, I need to set up a score box next time, but... Yeah, anyways, I'll figure something out this weekend. But yeah, things are not looking great for the Hellblaster volley gun because the Stegodons are here sniping it out. Already a lot of HP damage taken, but the Stegodons do outrange them. So even if they get into range, the Stegodons can simply back off and, yeah, kite away with the artillery. That means that all the heavy lifting are basically on the backs of the state troops, handgunners, and perhaps Karl Franz himself. Now, once they actually start shooting, they can do some nice damage, as you can see here, chipping away quite a bit of health from the Stegodon. But as we can see here, well, the Stegodon simply backs off and runs away. And they do have a lot more speed than the poor artillery crew. So these artillery is still getting shot by the Stegodon over here, while they are just struggling to catch up on this Stegodon. And Karl Franz, oh, a big mistake over here, leaving him here for a little too long, taking a lot of hits from the javelins, while the Razordorn hunting packs is moving in, trying to get a hit on Karl Franz. Yeah, things are not looking great for him. I don't know why he popped Karl. Yeah, I don't know why he popped Galmaraz, but okay, anyways. But yeah, at this point, the Hellblaster volley gun is almost finished, down to less than half health, and leadership took a huge hit, while the Lizardman continues to kite away. Ooh, things are looking rough for the Empire again. Ancient Salamanders still shooting, the Skinks are skirmishing somewhat, while the Hellblaster, they're not, unfortunately, they're not on, like, the war wagon, so they just kind of like have to slowly inch us forward. However, there might be a nice catch over here where some of the Empire Knights managed to get onto part of the Razordorn unit, but here comes the Stegodon, and they will be taking a ton of armor-piercing damage, and the Saurus warriors are also here, dragging them down in melee combat. And Earthblood will be topping up these Stegodons well, and oof. Another volley of javelin, and the Empire Knights are almost done for. The Terror will probably finish them off after another volley of missiles. Yep, their leadership is dropping, but yep, terrified right there. Earthblood here healing back multiple units, and the archers are trying to do something but not doing much. First Empire Knight, a second Empire Knight unit being routed off by a horde of javelins. Over here, Empire Knights running down the skink cohort with javelins, doing some nice impact damage, and there will be a follow-up from the spears. This might have to be a man-tied carry right now, as the Empire Swords should trade well against the skink cohorts, but the problem is this. The Ancient Salamander explosions are just so good at dealing with the blob of infantry. Although the Empire Knights are plowing straight through the skink cohorts and now getting onto the missile units of the Lizardmen. In the middle there, Empire Captain trying to help out this fight against the Saurus warriors, and they're doing some okay job. Not the greatest, but okay. While the Hellblaster Volley Gun still surviving, doing some nasty damage against the Slan Mage Priest of Life. While the double swordsmen have finally worked through some of these skink cohorts. There are still more state troops flooding forward, but I don't know what can be done against this reckless charge of the Stegadon. Now, Karl Franz is diving down onto the ground here, pressuring all these Razordon hunting packs. With all the investment on the massive monsters of the Lizardmen, the Stegadons are not in place to protect the Razordons, and they're kept being chased by Karl Franz and also the Empire Knights. Nothing are able, no Koan Knights, no Feral Koans to protect these very expensive missile pieces. While the men tide continue to marches on, some regroup Empire Knights are coming in, and yeah, they will charge into the skink skirmishers as well. Hellblaster Volley Gun doing some pretty nasty damage against the Slan Mage Priest of Life, who has only 34 speed, so not that much faster than the Hellblaster, and they're actually catching this poor little caster at the back here. Oh boy. Things are looking quite spicy as the Lizardmen seems to be losing some steam. Their front line isn't holding up. Even the Saurus are getting beaten back. These guys are down to half health, and there's still a lot more manlings to work through. And they are not working through that with a charge from the Empire Knights straight to their backs, and they're feeling lances on their back. Oh, this feels painful. Now over here, the Empire push continues with the Empire Knights getting onto the Razordon hunting packs. These Empire Knights did took a little bit of damage from the skirmishing fire, especially if these javelins start to turn around and start chugging javelins at them. But if Karl Franz, it seems that Karl Franz already popped the stand your ground, and they did not cover the poor Empire Knights here. So there perhaps might be a possibility of terror rout. Or, yeah, if the Ancient Salamander comes charging in, but there's nothing charging in right now. Although the skink cohorts are flooding in trying to overwhelm this position, things are looking still fairly even right now. The Hellblaster Volley Gun is somehow still surviving. There's nothing left to target him because there's a lack of mobility on the Lizard end. They're now shooting at the Stegadons, and there's a lot of pressure on the Slan Mage Priest of Life to do healing. They are dropping down those heals though, topping up the health of the Stegadon and the Slan Mage himself. Now the Empire Knights over here at the back being swarmed by skinks in general cannot hold back much longer and will be dragged down. Which means the back line finally got secured for the Lizardmen here. Ancient Salamanders still have pretty much full health, and the Razordon hunting packs are looking a lot worse for wear, but they are still alive, and that is the most important thing. If they can turn around and start getting some shots into Karl Franz, then Karl Franz will be in massive trouble. But wait, where are they healing now? Okay, the Jade Wizard is still all the way back there, unable to drop in any healing for Karl Franz just yet. Now here comes the healing, topping up some spears over here, who are getting pretty much wrecked by the Stegadon here, who is gunning after Karl Franz right here. And if they can stand still and start shooting, they can probably get some nice damage on Karl Franz. But then, you know what else is standing still and shooting? The Hellblaster Volley Gun and the handgunners. And oh god, they just wrecked the Stegadon. That leaves the Slan Mage Priest of Life lack of protection at all. And ooh, okay, there might be some friendly fire from the Hellblaster, but the Slan Mage is still not looking too hot right there. Anyway, some of these swordsmen needs to start pushing and being activated, as the Empire Knights are losing some steam here. They're wrecking some of the Chameleon skinks. I missed that in the deployment. Anyways, they're wrecking some of the Chameleon skinks, but they're also taking a lot of damage from the skink skirmishers. Handgunners continue to fire very nice preservation of troops there. They have been standing at the very far back of the formation the whole battle. Now, finally kept... Wait, what was that? Okay, that's probably... Oh, basically, I'm expecting the Slime Mage Priest of Life have been alternating between spellcasts, trying to drop a banishment on the handgunners, but then seeing that the handgunners moved, he tried to drop a Dwellers Below over here. Because of the long casting time of the Dwellers Below, there's plenty of time for him to cancel that spell by recasting that banishment onto the handgunners who have shifted position. A very nice micro technique right there, but that's not enough to wreck the handgunners. While the Hellblaster Volley Gun really is just unleashing their absolute hatred onto the Stegodons right here. And Earthblood here topping up the health of both the Slime Mage and the Stegodon, while Karl Franz is somewhere off on the side of the map, probably trying to chase off this Stegodon, who is allowed to come back, which might have been a mistake here, as they are now ready to shoot once again. But yeah, things are looking fairly even, perhaps slightly in the Manling's favor, as a lot of these Lizardmen cannot really hold back a man-tied push. But oof, a massive shot from the Ancient Salamander here, blasting away some of the state troops and handgunners. But then Karl Franz will be here to support this fight, helping the swordsmen to beat back the Skink Skirmishers. A massive terror rout, and then just a proper rout. And after the rear charge from the Empire Knights, while the handgunners and Hellblasters, archers are still moving in to get those shots in. Another Earthblood here, healing back pretty much everything in the vicinity here. Just keeping those Empire Knights sustained, and they do need that healing because Empire Knights the Empire is running out of mobility pressure. But yeah, things are looking quite nice for the Empire now. Hellblaster continues to shoot at the Stegodons, who are like teetering at the edge of their range. Now they have to move on again, but the Stegodons are in no mood to shoot, although these Stegodons are, and they are aiming at the poor Hellblaster Volley Gun here, taking a lot of shots, finally taking some damage again, but I'm not sure if the angle is the best here. There's like a small slope in the middle, and I don't know if that helps their aim at all. Anyways, there are the Razordon hunting packs did some nasty damage onto Karl Franz there. That's why I say they're so dangerous, because they have great armor piercing values, and if they can do not any shots onto an important target, they can do some heavy lifting. I don't know if anyone here remember this, but months ago when Rubber Tug of War was still doing like a bunch of unit high score video, something like that, where players try to get as much damage as possible, and the highest damage value replay will get submitted. Razordon hunting packs was one of those choices. Now, that was the Regiment of Renown version, I believe, but yeah, it's like everyone managed to get like 4,000 worth of damage value on these guys, and yeah, that was a fun time back then, where everyone was just trying out niche units. But yeah, Stegodon's taking a lot of damage now again from the Hellblaster, who is still trying their best to move forward and start shooting, but everything from the Lizardman army is just keep retreating, and they're just constantly not getting the chance to shoot. It's kind of funny. Another Earthblood coming in, topping up the health of Karl Franz, while all these chameleon skinks and skink cohorts are being sacrificed, being thrown to the wolves so that they can slow down the push of the swordsmen. But that's not going to help the skink cohorts, and they, being as tattered as they are slowing down. They are not slowing down the state troops by much here. These skink cohorts are being chased away by the swordsmen, and something has to be done with the Stegodons here, and indeed things are done. That Stegodon is probably not coming back, and perhaps gonna be finished off by another shot. Doesn't even need to be volley. A single shot will be enough. Anyways, that's done for. Now all that's left with the lizards are here. A pretty crazy turnaround here, as CoolUmbrella said. Yeah. Somehow that Hellblaster worked out. Like, they're down to 3 models, but 3k worth of damage value. That's some insane stuff, I tell you that much. And they're still shooting, slowly inching into shooting distance. They are still moving forward. They don't have the models aiming over this side yet, but that's most likely because their models are still turning around from shooting that Stegodon, who is dead over on the other side of the map. Karl Franz dropping into some tattered chameleon skinks and skink cohorts, who is being pressured by swordsmen as well, should be able to at least terrify them for a short bit, and indeed they are terrified. The archers are still for some reason, the archers have been doing some decent work. Like, nobody bothered to shut them down because assuming everything here, the missile resistance for the scaly skin and the armor should be able to tank out the fire, and they just kind of left them there to shoot. And that means they are just able to shoot and get some pretty nice value. Ancient Salamander finally decided to get some stuff done and charge into the archers, while the swordsmen are pushing back, are constantly pushing back the second cohort. Now Karl Franz seeing the Ancient Salamander, he's smelling blood. He's seeking vengeance for his men, going after the Ancient Salamander, but then the Stegodon over here at the back is firing, including the Razordon hunting backs too. So he's like, nope, I'm out of there. The vengeance can wait. Like, my HP and my Deathclaw cannot wait. But yeah, after Karl Franz pulled back, that means the archers and the handguns might just get enough range to shoot at the Razordon hunting packs, and those are gone. Slamage still being shot at by the Hellblaster, who got well into range and more than enough to blast away at the Slamage Priest of Life, and that is done for. With the Slamage Priest of Life breaking, a lot of HP losses accumulating on all the Lizardmen units, that shall be the end of the gameplay here. And Chief getting the victory of the second game of this playoff. Almost 4,000 damage on these damn Hellblaster volley guns. That is some insane stuff, I tell you that much. Oh god. The Stegodons could have finished them off if they have given enough time, but it seems that Chief did a really nice job pressuring the front line of the Lizardmen, and the Lizardmen with only skinks, they do not have enough stopping power to hold back the man-tide. This is indeed a man-tide. 10 whole units of state troops, infantry, melee version, and then another archer which is negligible, and then 4 more Empire Knights pushing. Yeah, the Stegodons, despite having the range advantage over the Hellblaster volley gun, was not able to fire, not able to use up most of his ammo, and not able to get much value overall, and instead being pressured till the end. Perhaps they're expecting something like war wagons with the Stegodon fire to shoot them down, but there's no war wagons here. It seems, yeah, there's no war wagons here. I don't remember Chief actually ever bring one, but yeah, anyways. Razordons didn't do much. Ancient Salamander did pretty well, blasting away a lot of state troops, almost, 250 kills and more. And then Saurus did okay. Chameleon Skinks, always a cost-efficient unit. They have great missile strength, decent armor piercing, so even against Empire Knights they can do some decent damage, just that they are not a unit that carries games, at least in the current meta. Javelin cohorts did some pretty nice damage, and Skink... Oh, the Skinks, unfortunately the other Skinks not so much. Yeah. Well, Karl Franz did some nice damage, but not as much as this, which single-handedly carry the entire game for the Empire. And perhaps the second most valuable unit is here, the Jade Wizard, topping up the health of the beaten up Karl Franz, keeping the balance of power, while the Empire Knights continuously chase down enemy units and all, and then state troops all did fine. Well, not all of them did fine. Most of them did fine. Fine, not amazing. Archers somehow earn back double their own value, so that's good. And handgunners also got a lot of value too, mostly because there's a lack of mobility on this Lizardman build to chase stuff down. Now, okay, we are going back to the army selection screen, getting up the army blocker again. And we'll wait for players to come up with their builds. Let's see. Yeah, hopefully the players will let me know about their picks and bans once that is done, but I don't know, man. Like, right now, Scrutinizer will be contemplating his life choices in the quick skirmish selection screen, while I'm just here contemplating contemplating some intermission shows for you all, which I am running out of ideas of, really. Can't really say much about the next game if unless both players start telling me their army picks and bans are, but we'll see. Like, Empire is definitely one of Chief's main factions. I've seen him play Empire way too many times. Not way too many times, most of the time, but yeah. He does tend to love a full-on man-tide box, and it seems that it is doing him wonders for this game at least. The man-tide is definitely pushing hard for the Lizards. So, and the Lizards the Stegadon just didn't perform much. But yeah, let us capture the catch up with some of that chat. Oh wait, it's Black Knight talk about a crazy turnaround. Indeed, it is very crazy in terms of turnaround. And yeah, let me just check. Loving the Lizardmen build from Rocket Roll here, but unfortunately it didn't quite work. Unfortunately, it is more of a campaign unit. Unfortunately, a regular Feral Stegadon could probably work better to just rush through stuff and cycle charge stuff, but I don't know how it would work against this box where there's just a lot of state troops to work through. And they're probably preparing for a rush again, and it's gonna blast through the HP. The Hell Blaster is gonna blast through the HP of the Stegadon. Rocket Road Chief got this. Indeed, you have the correct prediction. Thought it was gonna be an eventually Lizzie win from Black Knight here, but I don't know what can stop Franz. Indeed, Franz was not stoppable, but the Razordons had the potential to shoot him down from the air, but they just didn't have the range or the timing to shoot. The Man-Tide is just pushing hard, really, and yeah, things are cool. This is a cool fight. Let's see. Yeah, what a battle indeed, Caradoc. These Stagas are good versus weapons teams and not artillery. Yeah. Oh, weapons teams. This might be a good pick. Oh, this is indeed... Okay, weapons teams are weak to armor-piercing damage, and even like Cathay weapons teams, where their shield won't work against artillery, and the Stegadons with their giant ballista has enough range to overcome Jazales or Crane guns, and can pick them off from afar. But the problem is you can't play Stegadons against Cathay because Grand Cannons are gonna wreck you pretty much single-handedly. Caradoc, where am I from? Like, I have a pretty good accent. I actually am from Hong Kong, and I studied in the UK for a few years. So I used to have like a Hong Kong accent, or whatever accent I picked up from watching too much foreign shows. And then studying in the UK probably helped me pick up some English accent. Although I wouldn't say I wouldn't say my accent is English per se. I don't even know what my accent is, unfortunately. Like, sometimes I just say some weird stuff, and yeah, it doesn't make sense in terms of accent. But yeah, I might actually showcase a video for like a battle highlight thing where, yeah. Caradoc, isn't so many sword spears rule break, or you use another rule set? I believe this... Wait, let me just check fruit rules and BBB rules, because we have two sets of rules right now, yeah? For regular tournaments, most of them use fruit rules, but for this BBB playoff in particular, we are using a set of OG rules for the BBB tournament. And let me just check, because like, I don't think that is illegal in fruit rules either. Yeah, you can bring 5... Wait, no. Wait, hold on a second. Hold on a second. For fruit rules... What is the thing about variants here? Both armies are still... Both players are still picking, so... we'll see. Okay, we're waiting for them to get up their stuff. Well, okay, so variant units for fruit rules. I need to check. Range units, no. Okay, unit variants are limited to 8 per variant group. So for fruit rules, you can bring 8 in total in terms of state troops, spears and swords. But OG rule set is slightly different. I think you can bring... Okay, for OG rule sets for the Empire, you can definitely separate the spears and the swords. So 5 of each unit are fine. Also, for fruit rules, can you bring 10 Nobblers? Because I would be very sad if you can't. And I might... No, you can't bring 10 Nobblers in fruit rules. What? No. Okay, it's fine. I haven't played that many games in Fruit Rules. I think. Yeah, I'll just bring 8 Nobblers, I guess. But why are you limiting only like 8 Nobblers in total? Why are you making Nobblers and Nobbler Trappers the variant? No. Okay, it's the committees, it's the rule making committee's decision. I can't really question that, but normally I just bring 9 Nobblers. Oh boy. Like yeah, normally I just bring 9 Nobblers when I play Ogres. Guess I'll have to bring less, but this is sad because I can't just go 5 Nobbler Trappers and 4 Nobblers. This makes me sad. What? But yeah, Phoenix King. BBB rules don't have variants. Great game so far, indeed. Rockero, great games. CoolUmbrella. No, I'm not gonna let you know about my travels. Cause who knows if you're just gonna find me and it's just snipe me with a Giselle in the head. No way, no freaking way. I will talk about my travels after I'm back, but yeah. Some creeps, surely he is a leech after all. Well, that's where you're wrong, Rockero. I'm staying in the creeps already, so why would I go to another one? Of course, I would be going something else. I don't know, maybe the mountains of Ulthuan, or yeah, the ponds of Nurgle. I mean, well, I'm an undead anyways. Not that I'll be inflicted with disease. Although, wait, does the Nurgle's disease affects the dead? Caradon. Yeah, that's it. Your accent is not native English, but you sound very clear. I guess I sound the same as I studied it at school. Yeah, it sounds about right. Like, my English accent used to be like crap. Cause like I used to live in Hong Kong and grow up in Hong Kong. Yeah, so I speak in Cantonese for like 90% of my daily conversations. And I don't get to use like spoken English much, and that means that I'm very out of practice in terms of English. Like I score well in school in terms of English, but the problem is that like educated English versus like actual spoken English and are very different, because you have to think when you're like studying English and like answering in exams and all of that. But when you're going through your daily life and speaking English, you just kind of have to. You can't really think. You just have to go with your instincts. And I used to not have that kind of instincts to actually respond or something. So even now I kind of lags behind sometimes, because I think in Cantonese sometimes and have to translate it in my brains and to English. Cal, which factions now? We don't have the factions just yet. Both players are still picking, as far as I know. I need to check the BBB chat. Nope, nothing. Scrutinizer did say that. He'll let me know after his next build is ready. So unfortunately, you just have to listen to my ramble for the rest of the minutes that they are spending picking armies and units. Anyways, back to the educated English bit, where, well, it's like, yeah, like, so throughout my study in the UK, it's like I slowly pick up how to use English instinctively, and just basically using them in like a daily, using in a daily scenario, where I just hang out with non-Chinese people, and it just kind of picks up after that. It's not like a native accent per se, but this is much better than like 5 years, 10 years ago. Oh, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago. Yeah. So, but yeah, I've talked about too much of my personal info. Unfortunately, Cal, I don't think. Cal, I don't think CoolUmbrella is talking about the matchup. He's talking about whether Nurgle disease can inflict their plagues on the dead or undead. So yeah. Oh, CoolUmbrella. Ah, sending a Death Master after me, eh? You see, I might not be the smartest player here, but I'm smart enough to catch your scheming Skaven thingy. Okay, BBB Chief is gonna be Kislev versus Ogres. I do wonder. I actually forgot to pick his ban system in here, but Chief is going Kislev versus Scrutinizer's Ogres. It is an interesting matchup because for the longest of times, Ogres have been struggling against the Kislev missile spam. And I managed to find a way to crack it, but it's still a rough matchup. Wait, yeah, I made a video about cracking Kislev earlier, like months ago. But that was not a very popular video, unfortunately. But yeah. I might post it after like they're done with their army picks, and yeah. Just cause I need to show off. But yeah, it is a very rough matchup because Ogres are just weak to a spam of Streltsies and Corsair arrows. But it's not impossible. I developed quite a bit of success against the Kislevites after a while. It's still rough though. Yeah. Where is it? Where the hell is it? And nope, they're not in here just yet. I still have time to pick up some stuff and perhaps post them online. And where are you, video? Yeah, wait, it disappeared. What? You can't. Oh, yep, right here. I'll post it after I yeah, I'll post it. Yeah, Lich, I will love to see that video. I'll find it later. I'll post it after they have loaded into the army screen, and then you can probably click onto it or something. But yeah, I can't post it now because I don't want them to click into the video and start like looking through my army build, and I would technically be backstabbing my own clanmate. That is a very Skaven thing to do, and actually kind of ogre thing to do. But yeah, I'm not gonna do that right now. Like, I wouldn't be helping either of the sides of the match here. But yeah, it seems that both players are taking their sweet time to pick their armies. Ooh, we're doing quite nicely in viewership. 30 viewers. That's pretty much the highest viewer count I've ever gotten. 38 for a second there. Huh. Thank you. Thank you for all you who are here to watch my gameplay. By the way, I saw today your 1 minute Chaos Dwarf Archer video was posted in Total forums. Nice. I don't know who did it, but thank you for sharing it. But I actually did not post it myself, so it is definitely somebody find it interesting enough to put it out there. I appreciate that. Total War forums. I'm gonna see if I can find it myself, just to appreciate my own work. Yeah. And now we're having slow load in. Multiplayer, I suppose, and oh. Never mind, we're going back into the war. And they have loaded into the game. Army blocker. Wait a second. They're still loading in. Give me a second. Please don't crash. Okay. Army blocker off. And that is my Ogre's counter to Kislev, I think. Yeah. Let me know if it is wrong or anything. Okay. Army blocker is off. We are online. And let's see what army we have. Ooh, this might not be the best. We'll see. I don't like Lead Belchers in this scenario here because their range has only 20. And stuff like Corsairs have like a good 140. Yeah, that's not that much of a difference really, and yeah, Like, there's a lot of mobility in the Kislev army here. I mean, I don't know who to root for now. I mean, like, I'm clanmates with Chief, but I also love my Ogres to bits. I don't even like Ogres that much in the beginning, but then I started using them to crack cafe boxes, and then I'm an Ogre main suddenly. Well, things are... yeah. You never know what happens. Anyways, army build. A ton of dervishes and winged lances, just trying to get as much mobility on the board as possible. A ton of corsairs with spears and regular corsairs mixed in together just to provide a lot of arrow fire, and then a bunch of streltsiers at the back. Now for the Ogre Kingdoms, a ton of nobblers, which I really appreciate. Not enough nobblers actually. Wait, no, this is not enough nobblers. You need more. Like 9 of them at least. No, just kidding. Like there's good 5 nobblers. Actually, nobblers are not great into Kislev. My army build does not consist... My counter against Kislev does not consist of any nobbler trappers, if I remember correctly. But that's like months ago, and the meta has changed, so I don't know what's happening these days. But anyways, front line is a bunch of nobbler trappers backed up by Ogre Bulls, 4 of them. In fact, on the flank, a bunch of Saber Tusk packs. And then there's some Nobbler Crab Launcher. I hate these guys. They just never hit for me. And yeah, Sky Striders at the back. I do say that Sky Striders is I don't know if Sky Striders are good against Kislev. Like, if not against Bear Rider at least, but against a ton of winged lances and stuff might just be the thing you need to kill off the Kislev cavalry. Now for the rest of the army build, we have a Slaughtermaster of Great Maul coming in with only Troll Gut, and that's about it. And just in time, the battle begins. Tsarina Katerin leading the army though with Crystal Sanctuary to mitigate damage, and also Ice Sheet to limit enemy movement. Ooh la la, 40 viewers. Oh, we are on a roll in terms of viewership for sure. Ooh, a couple spicy Vanguard deployment of the Kosovo dervishes at the back there. And yeah, crab launchers are gonna launch their crab onto the corsairs and whatnot, I assume. But let's see if they hit. Getting some very minor hits on a dirt cheap unit. So yeah, that shot was definitely not worth it. And we'll see what happens afterwards. Sky Riders trade pretty cost effectively into bears. Yeah, they should, but I don't know, man. I don't know. When both have healing, maybe. Ooh, their crab launcher is doing quite a bit of work against the winged lances. Okay, and some of these corsairs are getting hit hard. Okay, maybe they are not crap after all, but I still hold that opinion to the day that I actually can use them with great effectiveness in battle. Not that I can't use an artillery, because, well, you just point and click, and that's how you use an artillery to shoot, right? It's just that they just never hit anything for me. I hate it. I hate it. Lily Trio. Lil Trio. Hello, welcome to the undead realm, where we are just ranting about ogres. For some reason, a person named after undead is not maining undead. Although partly because it's partly because I hate meta factions, and undead is super meta with their old busted healing and stuff. So yeah, I just don't play them that much. Ooh, a massive catch for the dervishes right now. They're taking a lot of counterfire from the poor Nobbler trappers though. But the Saber Tusk pack will probably get routed or rampage, and will lose control if they stay there for a few more seconds. But it seems that both of them are backing off. A rather even trade. Everyone got a bit of damage on each other. The Saber Tusk took more damage, but then the dervishes and winged lancers got damaged by the counter fire. On the far flank here, ooh, but another good catch. Both mobility dervishes, winged lancers managed to catch some Saber Tusk, whittling down their health. Wow, a massive... ooh, this is a massive mistake here, allowing the dervishes... Wait, no, winged lancers getting onto some of these lab bouchers. But the Nobbler Trappers should be able to slow them down with the Nobbler's Trap. While the missiles are not in place to start shooting, a lot of them are being slowed down by being charged by Ogre Bulls, and the Ogre Bulls overloading this flank should be able to make short work of them. While the Wing Lancers here are taking massive damage from the Lead Belchers. These mobility here needs to be activated and start hitting up the Lead Belchers at the back. Some of these sneaky dervishes are coming from behind. They need to hit up these Ogre Lead Belchers. Why are you going after the Nobblers? No! No! They're just gonna hit the Nobblers, getting countercharged by the Ogre Bulls, and will get slowed down by the Nobbler's traps. This is not worth it. For yeah, at least in my opinion. I might not be playing other factions well, but for Ogres, I am pretty confident. Anyways, yeah, the Dervishes are getting wrecked. These Kosovar Dervishes have overstayed their welcome, and now the Saber Tusk packs and the Ogre Bulls are wrecking them. While the Corsair Spears are moving in, while a lot of Corsairs are just working down these Nobbler Trappers casually, so that there will be less of a threat to push the Streltsies. And yeah, the Sky Striders are on the move, wrecking all these poor Kosovar Dervishes and perhaps Winged Lances in melee combat. But the Barrel Blood effect will help them hold for a little longer, buying some time for the Streltsies to shoot at everything in the middle of here. Now, as an area of effect spell is going down, Crystal Sanctuary upgraded, giving them 60% damage resistance, helping them to tank out the damage from everything here. Combined with the Barrel Blood effect, that's actually a very good choice. They are not taking damage, they are not breaking, and they will be tying down everything in the middle. Now, Sky Striders are moving around. Streltsies, some of these damaged ones being hit by Lead Belchers and the Crab Launchers, I assume, will be shooting at the Sky Striders, and the Crab Launcher decides to move into melee just to silence the Streltsies, but then the Streltsies at the back can crossfire in and shut them down. Now, the Corsairs are still moving in, while Lead Belchers are on the retreat. Sorry for the sudden noise here. It seems that yeah, my laptop is getting kind of hot, so they need like extra cooling and some stuff like that. Yeah. Wait, what the hell? Yeah. Yeah, it's going hard on the fan, so excuse me about that. Yeah, Corsairs with Streltsies shooting into the Nobbler Trappers here. Corsairs with Spears still shooting. Streltsies managed to focus down some of these Ogre Bulls, and where is the Crab Launcher? Oh, one of the Crab Launcher backed off. Well, the Lead Belchers do have the range advantage right now, with the Nobbler screening off all the Corsairs. So they should be able to do some nice damage to the Streltsies, but that will take them some time to work down the enemy units. Now, the Nobbler Scrap Launchers they're just constantly being used in melee, and I think they need to pull back and start, like, shooting. Especially against the Streltsies here, who are focusing fire onto the Sky Striders. Although, Kislev are behind on balance of power. Partially because of all these single entities here, keeping the balance of power high, leadership still very healthy, Streltsies are focus firing. The Sky Striders are taking massive damage so far, and things are not looking too hot for them indeed. Yeah. Oh god, the fan is MR. But yeah, sorry about the fan. It just does that on its own, and I have to fiddle some settings, I suppose. But yeah, anyways, we'll just talk through this. Unfortunately, sorry about the fan noise. Anyways, everything is focusing down everything right now. Lead Belcher is shooting at the remaining Streltsies. Balance of power is moving back into the middle, as there is a massive break for the Ogres right now. Sky Striders breaking even with the Trollgut healing. If the Wing Lancers and whatnot can chase them down, that would be huge, but unfortunately, with the Saber Tuskbacks coming in to screen off enemy pursuers, the Sky Striders will be returning. And Lead Belchers are continuing to shoot, but they are also getting shot at. So things are not looking especially great. What the hell is burning through my... Fuck. What the hell is burning through my stuff? Something is burning through my... Yeah, mostly it's the total Warhammer. But anyway, sorry about that. Yeah, I don't think we missed much here, as it's mostly just Ogres consolidating forces. Balance of power is in the Ogre favor once again, because the Sky Striders got topped up nice and well, while the Kislev army are lacking in terms of healing power. There are more Corsairs moving forward, trying to push, but they are probably just going to get ran down by the Sky Striders and the Saber Tusk packs. Yeah, now the Wing Lancers can just start moving up. Sorry, just gonna... Okay, I can't change the settings right now just yet. We can do it later outside the game. Anyways, another ice sheet here slowing down the Sky Striders, who are not the fastest mobility, but then there's a dismember here slowing down the Wing Lancers and whatnot, allowing the Sky Striders to move out of the ice sheet and start charging them. No, they're still slowed down by ice sheet. This is funny. Just two very slow mobilities who is supposed to be decently fast are just trying to inch away from each other, but it seems that the ice sheet wears off first, so that the Sky Striders will be catching these poor Winged Lances. A spell is cast onto them. I assume it's Crystal Sanctuary, slowing them, like tying them down, but then that's not going to help them anymore. The back line is indeed compromised for the Kislevite army, being the Strelsiars are no longer shooting. A lot of them are broken on the run right now. Stuff are still shooting though, which is a good news for the Kislevites, but Lead Belchers simply outrange them and outshoot them in every single aspect as long as they can't get in range. And yeah, I do think that this might be over for the Kislevites. But yeah, yeah, let's just do that. Sorry, just looking at some settings in my computer, but hopefully not much is missed. Lucina barely hear the fan, but it's fun to make Lich panic. I can't hear the audio in the game, so I just have to expect the fan can actually be recorded by the mic. But anyways, a key engagement here. Oh god, this is not going great for Katarine. Sky Striders surrounding the Tsarina, and Lead Belchers firing in, probably doing more friendly damage than damage to the enemies here. There's still one Strelsies, the sole hope for the Kislevites to come back in this game, but then the Crab Launchers are still at the back, shooting. Lead Belchers are shooting. I honestly don't see how the Kislevites come back from this as much as I appreciate Chief in this game. Okay, it's mostly the CPU burning in my computer, so I guess the settings is just too much. I probably need to lower... I don't know how to lower the settings further anymore, because like we're on ultra scale, we can't move the scales anywhere. Yeah. I just have to pray that Phoenix King, that is not funny! I'm panicking! Ah! But yeah, another troll got onto these almost heal capped Sky Striders just to make a point, I suppose. But what the hell? Tsarina is beating down this Slaughtermaster. Go, Tsarina! But yeah, I don't think the Kislevites got this one, because the Corsairs are not doing enough damage to the Lead Belchers fast enough. And the Sky Striders are still being very healthy, running around. The Strelsies are the only hope of finishing the Sky Striders here, but, well, if they get charged by the Sky Striders, they are not finishing anything. Yeah, things are looking rough for Kislevites. They really need to work down these Lead Belchers early with the mobility, but there's just nothing in place to shut them down. Another Dismember slowing down Tsarina, so she cannot threaten the Lead Belchers, and she will be... Why are you backing off? Just keep pushing them off. Anyways, Strelsies are still going on a firefight. That Barrel Blood is clutching it, keeping them staying in combat. But yeah, Tsarina will have to keep pushing here. She cannot afford to pull back. Like, they need to finish off these. And then the Crab Launchers are still shooting from afar. So yeah, things are not looking great. Yeah. Yeah, I think yeah, things are too hot in here with the game, so yeah. I mean, it is a gaming laptop only, so it doesn't have the most cooling, unfortunately. Well, yeah. Anyways, Zarina continues to beat down the Slaughtermaster. Nope, she is getting beaten up. So yeah, the Ogre doesn't care if you're a lady or a man. They will eat you whatsoever. Leopard is moving up again. But there are some dervishes coming in for a charge. And that might just be enough. Nope, nope, nope. They are just gonna pull out, but I don't think they're gonna survive this. There's still stuff shooting. Why is the scrap launcher going in? It's gonna die! No! It's gonna die! No! Oh, anyways. Katarina will get finished off by these, I assume. No, no, no. The Kislev are still trying hard to pull it back. I give them that. I don't see how they can come back, but it seems that they're giving everything they've got. Lab Archers pulled back might have been a nice decision there, conserving their forces to do another charge, but unfortunately they broke from the charge of the Sky Striders, who do have the fear trait that lowers enemy leadership. With the support of the Sky Striders, the Slaughtermaster is handily beaten up the Zarina here, and there goes Zarina, there goes Kislev's army. Army losses is hit. The only thing that's still keeping the units on the field, well, keeping Zarina on the field, is the Barrel Blood effect. And that shall be it. Well, I guess sorry about the noise, but I guess it's that or the CPU burning, so yeah. It's 90 degrees now, so I can't really do much. I can't really afford to lower the fan. Maybe I just need to yeah, anyways. Let me just quickly save the replay if it lets me to get yep, cool, there we go. It might have been the patch, actually, because things have been getting a lot hotter recently after the patch. I don't know why, but yeah. Lab Archers did great, shooting up. Oh. The fan slows down now that we're off the game. It's the game. It's the game. It's definitely the game. I mean, but anyways, Sky Strider is not doing a lot of damage, mostly repelling enemy cavalry. Lab Archers did great shooting up enemy infantry. As expected, Lab Archers, no, scrap launchers are crap. Didn't even get close enough to regaining their damage value there, and it's mostly the Lab Archers carrying the game, and Ogre Bulls did surprisingly well into the Corsairs. Probably not enough spears, I would say, but you already have 4 spears, so can't really say much. Saber-Toss did well. Trappers did fine. Slaughtermaster did okay, and mobility-wise, a lot of mobility got pushed back by a combination of Saber-Tusk and the Sky Striders and Ogre Bulls. These Winged Lancers did pretty fine, but these two could do okay as well, but this not so much. But overall, the mobility did fine other than the trash dervishes. Like, some of them did okay as well, but like mostly, I think that the Corsairs mostly carried their weight. It's just that the healing from Ogres might be too much, and yeah, Straussies did fine. It's just that there's really the healing of the Ogre Kingdoms really crushed it. Huh? Get it? Get it? Yeah. Sorry about that. Please don't unsubscribe. I know puns are bad, but please don't unsubscribe. Yep. Anyways, there we go. Back to the screen blocker. Now back to the live chat. Let's catch up with some stuff. You've gone from Skaven Tunnels to Undead Crypts, now hit Gojira's channel for a tour of Greenskin's Big Fort. Indeed, we just need, we need a force of order. We have a force of chaos, we have a force of death, and we have a force of, we have a force of violence, destruction. The Greenskin. Now we just need something playing High Elves, Empire, or Lizardmen. Or Bretonia. How do you get 400 models with 5 Nobblers? I don't think that's 400 models with 5 Nobblers. Wait, Nobblers, each one has 100 and yeah, that doesn't sound right. But yeah, Fanny. God damn it, human boy. Anyways, I'm just checking the jokes in the chat. I'm the guy from the internet sending help. Sure, thanks for the thoughts and prayers you're sending to my laptop. Really appreciate it. And I see Phoenix King making fun of my fan, huh? Hank, fan is the new background music, but Leech's voice is still overshadows it. And GG well played indeed. GG well played. That was a nice one. Your PC is 90 degrees. The CPU is 90 degrees. The CPU is 90 degrees is fine for CPU, but will cause throttling. Okay. Like yeah, it's a Gen 11 one I think of Intel. So I don't know. But yeah, I might just have to apply some changes here and lower some stuff. Yeah. Yeah, let's like I don't have like a full on I don't have the full stuff opening. Yeah, I don't have the full settings on right now, but yeah. Like I don't have anything to the top. Like I have some stuff are like turned up to max, but I don't have everything turned on to max because, well, laptop. I don't want to like push it to the very far end. I think most people in the stream is used to Human Boy's humor, so you're good. Funny thing, I actually, yeah, a lot of, like, I feel like my streaming style is a little bit, well, not a little bit, but probably noticeably inspired by Human Boy. Because, like, I started off the stream to be, like, more reserved and controlled, try to like do minimal swearing and all that. But yeah, I started watching Human Boy stuff and be like, that feels a lot more fun than my own content. So I'm like, okay, taking notes. Swearing is important. I'll start swearing. You guys don't know how disappointed I am when Human Boy starts saying he's gonna swear less on stream. Oh, the betrayal, the hurt. But yeah, just joking. But yeah, like, cause his stream is fun, and like I was like, okay, I'll turn off the restraints, turn off those filters, and start like unleashing some of that chaos within, and yeah. But yeah, like now I stream more casually in terms of like conversation and all that, but yeah, I started with a lot more restraint and all. Yeah, the first co-cast with Human Boy, which is on Tuesday, was probably something resemble a bit more to my early streams, because yeah, in that stream that was in the Tuesday stream with Human Boy, where he was casting the best of 4 playoffs. I'm at top 4 playoffs in the ladies quest. Yeah, that's the first time we co-cast, and like I was like, gotta be careful not to set off any alarms or and bombs, but yeah. And then the second stream, which is on Thursday, I started swearing a bit more because well the filter starts to I start to lay off on those filters, and yeah. But yeah, we have 3 games so far, 2 to Central Scrutinizer and 1 to Chief. And I'm kind of waiting for the army builds. Build ready incoming from Central Scrutinizers. Oh no, that's like half an hour ago. So that's the ogre fight. Yeah, first day was smoother, Human Boy. Yeah, that was a lot smoother. I think it's just that like I take a bit time to get familiar with a person and probably like get used to like going back and forth in terms of conversation. Probably like the Tuesday stream definitely helped to make the Thursday stream smoother. Yeah, because like I just kind of turn off some of my filters and yeah, and start making jokes. Anyways, I'm just gonna go back to the chat here. Lucina Marsek, now that you mention it, the load times have noticeably increased since the patch. Yeah, I feel like the update did have something to do with the performance of the game. Like, I guess it's more stuff in the game. They added more stuff, but like, it's... I'm not a coder, I'm not a game dev, so I don't really have the authority to say this, but I feel like the spaghetti coding is really getting to them, because this engine is still the same engine as Total Rome, right? Total Rome 2, I mean. And a lot of stuff are not up to par with the performance these days, and I feel bad for my PC right now, but I mean my laptop right now, but I can't really do much. Yeah. Oh boy, seems like my chat is starting a fight, but they can throw hands through internet. I don't care. Lutro, as I'm not a native English smoother, most of the bad words I know come from human boy. Sounds about right if the only... Yeah, sounds about right if the major YouTube content you consume is human boy streams. Sounds about right. Okay, we have some picks incoming. Chief is going for High Elves, and I am waiting for Scrutinizer, but I don't know what he's gonna take. And I just hope that this stream doesn't go on for too long, because the CPU is still burning, and yeah, it's the laptop feels quite hot right now. I need to buy a PC, but then I don't know. Yeah. I need to build my own PC at some point. Yeah. But I feel like it's gonna be a pain in the ass to move it around, so I don't know. But yeah, guys, where's your army build? I'm waiting. Scrutinizer. It's High Elves. It's not that hard to pick a counter. Now even the chat has gone silent. The fight is over. Everyone went home. Yikes. Human boy is back with some lunch. Perfect after an ogre battle where everyone is munching on stuff. Got ice cream? Because I don't know about you, but the ogres are munching on some ice. Granola and yogurt, that's cold enough. Cold enough. Well, I mean, yogurt sounds like a pretty... Wait, let me just check. Because my... Okay, let me just... Give me a second. Yogurt is more like a Greek thing, right? But then I know the Slavic people love their sour cream, I think. Close enough. Anyways. I am still waiting on Scrutinizer. We're looking at a possible 3-hour stream, by the way, boys. Okay, CPU temperature down to 70-ish, back to 80-ish. It's fluctuating a bit-ish. And we possibly is gonna get more fan ASMR soon. And it seems that we have... It seems that Chief is pecking his army now, but I still don't know Scrutinizer's army. Damn it. Human Boy is the best looking Total War Warhammer streamer though, and he has a cute cat. Nah, he is average. Me is beautiful as AF. I would tend to agree because I am the best looking streamer out there. But I cannot confirm because I am not showing my face. No face reveal for you all. Lotro, I have sour cream today, and you're a Scandinavian. Well, north enough, and count as Kislev. Doesn't matter. I mean, I know you're not exactly the same inspiration to the faction, but you came from the north. You're surrounded by snow and ice. Kislev is from the north, surrounded by snow and ice. Close enough. Counts. Anyways, let me check the score again. Still nothing. I mean, Chief has his army ready, so I assume they would have an army built by now, but might be Chief is just making a base army template and then he's probably just making a base army template and adjusting with the army build, I guess. Or I have to check the BBB. Streamer beauty contest and hot dog eating stream. Nah, you're inviting Slanesh here, man. You're inviting Slanesh with those ideas. Still waiting. 320 years later, we're still waiting on them to pick 3 battles for 2 hours. I don't think that's that bad, probably because I'm doing a lot of talking. And the battles themselves are fairly action-filled. Like, there's no hero hammer, there's no kiting. Like, there's no major kiting, and there's no, there's no prolonged army regrouping. The Kislev fight took a little longer because all the mobility scattered all over the place, but overall it seems pretty fine to me in terms of like the game length. God. But yeah, guys, speed up. I've been waiting for 300 years and you guys still haven't got the armies ready, guys. Corn versus High Elves. Now that's a spicy boy. I always thought that Corn might be, like, I don't know. Like, it feels like a matchup that can go either way. I've seen Corn winning the fight and I've seen High Elves winning the fight. Can't really say much here. Like, normal, like, the last time I saw this matchup was like Butcherbird, I think, using double Corn Chosen with with dual weapons and basically buzz through a bunch of spears and eventually lost because they couldn't get through the spears fast enough and got shot to pieces. But we'll see what happens in this one. We'll see. We'll see. CoolUmbrella. Directly after the hot dog eating, Nurgle shows up to the party. Well, that depends on how do you eat the hot dog and what hot dog do you eat. Because, like, if you're eating the hot dog sausage and then drink the whatever... Oh, okay, so maybe not everyone has hot dogs like these, but... So sometimes, if you're eating hot dogs with sausages from a can and then drinking the brine water, oof. That's definitely gonna be a Nurgle summoning material right there. Give me a second, I will be unblocking the screen. But yeah, CoolUmbrella, the battles have been pretty long too because the building phase has taken a bit. Yeah, mostly that. I've been talking a lot to fill up the gaps, but the gap is still there. We have been stuck in the army building screen for quite a long while for this one at least. The first one was fairly fast, but this one is, yeah. Alright, human boys, see you around. Yeah. Have fun with your dog. I forgot her name, sorry. But, yeah. Have fun. Anyways, army builds. We have Marauders, a lot of Marauders. We do not have any chosen with dual weapons. Probably that's just a Butcherbird specialty. That's Butcherbird who bring double chosen with dual weapons, right? Anyways, spicy build here. We have the Mino Bus, but more importantly, we have double skull cannons. They do regenerate in melee. They replenish ammunition in melee, but they do not provide melee buffs in melee, unlike the Blood Throne. Now for the High Elves, a bunch of rangers, a ton of spears, a staunch line of spears really, and then a bunch of archers at the back. 4 Illyrian Reavers for mobility and counter charging. Let me check my CPU temperature. It is ramping up, unfortunately, and I can't really do much about it. And yeah, Imric is in the skies flopping his wings with his... I can't read the name unless I'm staring at the name. So yeah, we don't have the name for the Star Dragon. Anyways. Oh yes, Hazel. Hazel. Yeah, right. I need to pay more attention to Human Boy stream. Okay, so anyways, magic wise, of course it is the one and only, wait, where's the spellcast? Oh yeah, one and only live mage with only Earth Blood for mass healing. I thought regrowth would be pretty decent in here. While the Corn army also have Valkia leading the army, and that's about it. Stuff have to move out of the forest. They can't just stay in there to shoot. They are indeed. Okay, so for the BBB rule set, you can like stand around for 30 seconds not moving, so that's for the start of the battle, so that's fine. And also they're moving up the artillery to shoot. Most of the banners are out of the forest, so that is fine as well. But yeah, skull cannons unloading into some of these Illyrian Reaver archers, doing some pretty nice damage so far. 7 models down, a lot of dead bodies on the ground, and that is only from one shot of the skull cannons. Solid stuff. Also, all unit model loss are unit models that cannot receive healing, so those are some permanent damage. Anyways, now this might be some ridiculous stuff, but skull cannons are indeed single entity artillery, so I assume that is fine, even if they do a bit of artillery kiting. And Valkia charging into Imric. Demon Shield on, so he does not want to tangle up with Valkia right now. Lord of Dragons is on as well, but Valkia is not taking damage. And as soon as Demon Shield wears off, she pulls away. Very nice micro there, just getting the favorable engagement, getting some free damage on Imric, and then, yeah, just moves away. And Lord of Dragons buff is kind of wasted. Now the Skull Cannons are opening fire, chipping away the health, and models on the Illyrian Reavers, yeah. While the Reaver Archers are chipping away the health of some of these Marauders of Corn. They're shooting at Valkia, but terrible option there. Single entity model, single entity Footlord model with a shield and heavy armor, so they will be doing minimal damage really. While the Skull Cannon are trying to snipe Imric. They have fire damage, but Imric also has a nerfed fire resistance, so the damage will still be decent, although not the best. Black Knight, you missed the army screen. Valkia is on the Corn army. Anyways, the Skull Cannon will be doing a bit of artillery kiting. Quite unfortunate for Chief right there. He will just be taking damage, and he does not want to take damage on this unit. Skull Cannons shooting at the Mage of Life. Yes, they need to start rushing forward, I think. But it seems that Chief really wants to slow down with that army advance. But they need to hurry. They need to hurry, because the Mage of Life is taking hits. And she cannot just hide in the forest, because that will leave her unsupported. Valkia will go in and dive down and kill her. So, yeah. Good thing for the High Elf army, though. Yeah, good thing for the High Elf army, though. Wait, what was I thinking? Never mind. I lost my train of thought. While Valkia is jumping in to kill Imric. And, yeah. Now, this might seem to be extremely slow army advancing, but the army is advancing. I guarantee that. This, yeah, it's teetering on a bit of the edge of the rule set, but it's advancing for sure. Archers are coming in to open fire at the Skull Cannon. I assume they're kind of overlapping with the Rangers, and if Valkia comes in with the Spear of Slapnir, they are gonna take some heavy hits. And yeah, some dodging are on the way with the Skull Cannon here, wasting some of the ammo, but the archers will be shooting at the Marauders of Khorne here. Ooh, some of these Elven Reavers have managed to circle around the rear of the Khorne formation, and then starting to shoot at the rear of, shoot at the unshielded side of the Marauders, doing some nice damage, although not the most cost effective since they are quite an expensive skirmishing cavalry. Archers are opening fire now, and the Marauders, due to their lack of armor, will be constantly chipped away. I don't see a Spear of Sleipnir so far, possibly trying to reserve it for later stages of battle. The Minobus is moving out indeed. And Valkia will be diving down onto some of these archers. Her shield should be off cooldown by now, so even if Imric dives in, yep, right there, I called it, Demon Shield will be activated and just ignoring all the damage coming in. A Spear of Sleipnir destroying the archer unit while Imric is just not landing hits. Demon Shield is still on, while Rangers are a bit slow to react. The Marauders are coming in, but oh wait, never mind. The Spears can stop them while the Rangers clean up the other Marauders. Anyways, the shield, is it still on? Nope, no longer on, as Imric took a huge chunk off of Valkyr there. Flammable effect from the Star Lance, plus the Lord of Dragons lowering her stats. She is now very weak in terms of melee combatant. Oh, and she's taking massive hits. Balance of power is in the favor of Khorne because mostly of the skirmishing phase in the earlier game, but as the healing comes in, this will bridge the gap of the balance of power, and also stuff are coming in to stop the rush of the Khorne army. Marauders are being broken off by the Elven Reaver archers. They actually recharge them or just chase off all these routing units. Really nice use of mobility to clean them up, while archers are regrouping to focus fire on the Khorne units. The Minotaurs of Khorne has 70 armor, but that's only 70 armor, so not the most amazing stuff to mitigate missile damage, and indeed they are taking quite some noticeable HP losses from all those archer focus fire. They are still pushing on, trying to chase off the remaining archers and hopefully crush them and shatter them, but the surviving archers are still shooting. While the spears, despite not having great these are some chosen of Khorne. I thought they're Marauders, and they are working down those spears. However, spears do have 50 melee defense if they have more than 25% HP, all thanks to that martial prowess, helping them to hold back the Khorne chosen quite a long period of time. Yeah, there are more Chosens of Khorne here, and Imric needs to use up those breath attacks to clear them out. Although Valkia is getting extremely weak right now, working down some of the archers, but she doesn't have the greatest splash attack, so unfortunately, it's gonna take her some time to work down the archers. Anyways, Elven Reavers will be charging in to intercept these Minotaurs and the Skull Cannon, but there's nothing really they can do to stop the Skull Cannons due to their mass, and some of these archers are being caught by the Chosen. Now that's not gonna go great for them, and there's a lack of armor piercing on the field to deal with all the Chosen, other than Imric himself. So yeah, things are looking in the favor in terms of balance of power in the favor of the High Elves, but I do not know. I can't really be sure here because the Chosen can still have a bit of a carrying potential here. Another Demon Shield is activated with that shattering sound, or a clang sound with the metallic clang sound. While over here the Minotaurs have taken some significant damage, and although the Elven Reavers decided, you know what, I'll just back away. I don't want to deal with two Skull Cannons and a Minotaur. And the Minotaur are still being constantly worked down, all thanks to their rather mediocre 70 only armor. Archers will be backing off. Well, it's really the Chosen of Khorne carrying the game for the Khorne army now. Valkia is dead. As soon as the Demon Shield worn off, Imric charges in and just slaps this Khornet leader. And there goes the leadership for Khorne. Things are looking quite grim for... yeah. Things are looking quite grim for Khorne now. Skull Cannons are still shooting and kiting, but they'll be tied down by mobility. Their leadership took a hit, and yeah, they try to shoot at the archers or just go after the archers really, but then the Elven Reavers are just not giving them the easiest time to do so. At the back here, Chosens are now being gradually worked down. This was the one being breathed on earlier. While these Chosen of Khorne are being shot at and grind down by spears and whatnot, all of them has accumulated a decent amount of damage, although they do have good enough stats to take on attritional damage. The thing is, there's not much they can do against Imric himself. Perhaps a melee grind would be a nice thing to do. Like, they probably have enough to work down an Imrik in a melee grind, where Imrik just sits there and take hits without any healing mitigating the damage, but that's not gonna happen, let's face it. And another Illyrian Reaver Archer charge in here against these weakened Chosen of Khorne. That might just be enough to break the backs of the Chosen. If not, then Imrik can move over and terrify them, while the Chosen on the other sides are still fighting. These guys barely hanging on by a thread. Yeah. Oop, it seems that these Chosen got the Rangers, working down the Illyrian Reaver Archers now, but one of the Skull Cannons have been worked down, balance of power significantly in the favor of the High Elves. Imrik charges in, slaps that poor Skull Cannon, another massive hit, and yeah, that's gonna be the end of that Skull Cannon. It's gonna fade away soonish. Yep, another hit, and negative leadership. Chosen of Khorne also terrified, balance of power tipping into the territory of army losses. Oh no, I forgot to save the third battle. Ah, mistakes were made. No. Well. Mistakes were made. I need to ask them for a replay then. This is sad times. I would love to look at this third battle. You guys mind sending me the replay of the third battle after the match? Forgot to save it. Anyways. GG to both players here. Really nice game from both sides. The Chosen did amazing. Probably not enough to earn back their value, but amazing nonetheless. Grind through a whole bunch of spears. But unlike the Chosen with dual weapons, they do not have enough melee attack to grind through their spears fast enough. Like, oh yeah, I can't believe I missed these guys. I just assume all of these are like regular Marauders. And yeah, Chosen did well. But yeah, Valkia being sniped out was very key in the late game there. Also, the early game damage was very key as well, because Khorne does not have healing, unfortunately, and a weakened Valkia cannot take on a full health Imrik, especially with the healing available to him. Minotaurs did some damage, but against a horde of spears and arrows, they are not having a great time. The Skull Cannon did some artillery kiting in early game. Their damage is so-so. I honestly don't like Skull Cannons, because their ammo is really limited, and if you want to replenish the ammo, you have to throw them into melee, and they're not exactly the greatest melee combatant. And just as we saw in the late game, get sniped out by stuff like Imrik. Marauders did meh. Some of these guys just got shot up and routed in the early game. For the High Elf army, Imrik carried the game, really hard carried the game by sniping out Valkia there. The Terror then just took its toll on the weakened Khorne army. Illyrian Reaver mobility there, a lot of them was just mostly for slowing down the Coronet Mino bus, allowing the archers to do a bit more damage, which is not that much really. Shooting at the Marauders and the Minotaurs are the best thing they can do. But even then, a lot of their damage got mitigated. Spear lines hold their ground, and that's all they had to do. And 900 gold on these Rangers. What the hell did they do? Did they just cut down Chosen? Probably. But yeah. Back to the drawing board. Now it is a 2-2 scenario. 2 to Central Scrutinizer and 2 to Chief. Yeah, great game so far. Like, really close battle so far. Back and forth. Absolutely top tier showcase. These are some solid players for sure, and definitely dwarf. Their skills dwarf mine for sure. Yeah. Alright, time to check up on the chat. We all know what Black Knight is rooting for. Indeed we do. High Elf can just avoid the Mino and just clear the infantry, and that is exactly what they did. Catching Valkia with Imrik, and then clear the infantry with a combination of isolate the Minotaurs and shoot them down with arrow fire, and yeah, just whittle them down eventually. Parallax. No, 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 no. Stop summoning Slanesh right there, Parallax. I'm gonna stop you right there before we go into weird territory. And yeah. Hold up. Tianvu, even with all that time, the Skull Cannon didn't work. Yeah, unfortunate. It is a spicy pick of an army build, but yeah, Skull Cannons are just not that great, honestly. Struggle outside of Chariots just struggle outside of the Cheese Runners and Wind Wagons. Indeed, they do. Indeed, they do. Fat Kid Avery says, nice. Nice. Welcome to the stream, and you missed like half the action. Actually, you missed like 80% of the action because we're on the last game now. This will decide who will win the game. Will Scrutinizer take the victory, or will the clan BBB finally get a victory in the playoffs? Because, yeah, unfortunately, both CoolUmbrella and Elves Chef earlier suffered a defeat, and Chief here is claiming vengeance. Anyways, yeah, we'll be waiting and seeing what kind of army build is this final fight gonna be. So far, some solid showcase of action right there. That bat was calling my name. Okay, fair dues. Can't blame you on that, because I would be summoned by a bat too, if not for this game. Oh wait, Strike Game won his match. I did not catch this. GG, Strike Game. I do think that Chief and Strike Games are probably the two best players in our clan. I actually haven't played much against El Chef. He's definitely better than me, but I don't know where we can place him on. Yeah, I don't know where we can place him on in terms of the power scale. But yeah, a very great showcase so far. Caradoc, he leaves lobby because of cheat X's. Kind of like, basically everyone is just trustful on like, all of us know that nobody here is gonna cheat. But Chief did say that he prefers to have the army build, have the army picks done this way, where Scrutinizer will load in and immediately load up the army build as to go into battle. So yeah, basically that's why we're just moving around a bit with the lobby situation. But yeah, I do appreciate this rather early stream time for playoffs and stuff. I don't have to stay up till like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. Wink wink, CoolUmbrella, your Friday night streams. And he will be doing another, CoolUmbrella will be doing another European Friday night fights. But unfortunately, I will be traveling by then and unable to cast, so very unfortunate I can't play in the tournament that actually suits my time zone. But yeah, that will be what's happening. Yeah. Now let's see what is the final battle gonna entail. But yeah, 30 streams so far, definitely a solid, 30 viewers on average, definitely a solid stream so far. I really appreciate the support. Now, unfortunately, we are in a prolonged build phase. It is indeed the final game where both players have to really take their time and care to pick their builds, because money is on the line. After all, this tournament is indeed funded with a massive prize pool. I did not try to memorize the exact number, but yeah, basically a lot of people in the BBB clan chipped in, so without them, this is not gonna be happening. I mean, I was part of that effort too, but it really takes a whole community effort, which is partly why I really appreciate this multiplayer community. We've been doing a lot of like fan-funded tournaments so far. Like the first Warhammer World Championship, that is fan-funded. Like a lot of streamers chipped in, I think. And then we have, we have multiple events, and then this is what we are doing so far. And then there's also, this, we have been like fan funding most of the event. Really, it's a community effort. Caradoc, understandable, but I prefer to reduce time if possible. To be fair, the time taken to do all this is mostly because of the army picking. Like loading out, like quitting the lobby and rejoining takes like what, a minute? Half a minute? So it doesn't really impact the time that much. It's mostly both players trying to pick picking their armies and just spending their time in that, which is understandable, but I do think that it is an annoying thing to deal with when I'm streaming and a bunch of people are waiting. So there's that. But yeah. But anyways, there's actually more upcoming tournaments. More upcoming. Yeah, I think there are more upcoming tournaments. I mean, this is only BBB season 1, and we'll be doing more stuff. And if I recall correctly, Human Boy did mention another event with a $1,000 prize pool in his previous stream. So yeah, I assume that is also fan funded. So yeah, we can look forward to even more events coming in soon. So yeah. It is gonna be a spicy time for the competitive scene, and Chief, Screwed, I don't know if you guys are listening to the stream right now, but you guys gotta hurry up. Oh well. Okay, the CPU's temperature is stabilizing on 80 right now, so things are looking okay. Looking okay. So far, yeah. Mimon, I understand you. I got you. I'm falling asleep too. Thankfully, it's still only 11 something, and not exactly bedtime for me. It's gonna take some more time to happen, but yeah, we wait until the end of time. I mean, it's gonna be a 3-hour stream at this point. Is there anything happening so far? Nope, nothing. Yeah. We just kind of have to wait. Nothing like some sweet dragon to keep you awake. And too much money. Yeah. That only applies to you, Black Knight. Caradoc, too much money for current state of the game. Perhaps I kind of agree. Sadly, there's a lot of issues with the game so far, and if you're paying all that money just to play multiplayer, is it worth it? I honestly can't answer that question. But for me, I'm pretty much earned back the money I've spent on the game. Like, I've got like what? Let me just look at the play time. Library 600 something on Warhammer 3 and 1,700 something on Warhammer 2, and then how much for Warhammer 1? Wait, where are you at? Another 200 something hours on Warhammer 1. So that's like what? 2,500 playtime plus? That's quite a bit. Like, I've made my money's worth after all the stuff all the time I spent on it. Granted, most of the time I spent on Warhammer 3 is just making videos and shit, so it's not actually playing the game, but hey, I'm getting a channel out of this, and I'm getting a lot of enjoyment watching others others content. So yeah, good for me. Like, it's a good deal for me so far. Little Trail 11, yeah, I'm in the UK. Little Trail. Best of 5 of all 5 games going to be usually like 2 to 2.5 hours usually. Unfortunately, yes, with all the army picking time. But if we can skip the army picking time, we can probably cut it down to 1.5 hours. But oh well. It is what it is, I guess. Mirror time for Rock and Roll. Mirror time. No! You jinxed it, Rock and Roll. This is a mirror. This is a mirror. I hate this. Why? Oh, no. Looks like you're going to get zombie dragon action. The reason why I am screaming in pain and agony. It's because we are getting a vampire mirror. A vampire count mirror. It is just gonna be some bony grinding, pun intended. And unfortunately, this is not gonna give anyone a hard time other than, well, it's gonna give everyone a hard time. Oh no! Why are we doing this? This is gonna. Oh! At least we don't have Hero Hammer, but it's gonna be Vampire Mirror. So you guys better get this stuff done ASAP. Get a rush going. Oh, oh no! Oh. Why are you all like this? I mean, I get it is. I get it is a final game, but there's so much better choices other than dealing with. Coops, at least it isn't a Nergal mirror. It might be better, but it's still bad. Like, you're saying that a 0 mark, like getting, what you're saying is that getting a 10 in an exam is better than getting a 0 in an exam. That doesn't matter because it's still a freaking fail. It doesn't matter. It's still bad. No. Oh. You don't want to end a 3-hour stream with a little undead bump and grind? Well, I can say we're gonna have a lot of bony grinding for sure. And yeah. Always remember there's good matchups too, but there is a bad matchup and this is the one. I'm not saying this is a bad matchup for the matchup themselves. It is a bad matchup for everyone who is looking at it and playing it, perhaps. You gotta end the problem with a slow dance. I said slow dance. I didn't say a 90-year-old lady dancing with a 90-year-old guy who both have arthritis and Parkinson's. This is not what I'm looking for. This is not the way to end the damn problem. Anyways, Lich rethinking all his life choices leading to this moment. I am indeed rethinking my life choices, and I understand the agony of Human Boy. Yes. What the hell is this? Little Trail, vampire have fun. Most of my friends are undead. Check your nose. You sure you want to hang out with those friends? If they're all undead and stinky, rotting to the core. Caradog, I guess it was air fights usually, but today it can be undead blobbing. I think it's gonna be undead blobbing. That's probably gonna be it. The sheer amount of pain in Leech's commentary. Well, you would not understand that amount of pain if you're in my seat, in my shoes, looking at a possibility of a ton of grinding. Oh, well, it seems that army builds are done. We're turning off the army. Oh, air game. No. Oh, wait. Are we crushing yet? It's not crashing. For a second, I thought it's gonna crash. No, it's not crashing. Woo! Woo! That was spicy time. Yeah. Anyways, I was happy before I decided to stream Warhammer. I was happy when I'm streaming Warhammer until I have to face a freaking vampire mirror. Sheer amount of pain and yeah. Anyways, Tianfu, you will understand the amount of my pain in my voice if you are looking to cast a 20-minute game of vampire grinding. Like, why are you going vampire grinding? I had a game of Lizardman box using the shredder dealing with the vampire, but I guess Chief picked vampire counts first and Scrut then had to pick something, and you can't pick Lizardman anymore because he did pick Lizardman earlier. But yeah, why? There's better choice. Okay, like why? Just why? Why? There are better choices. God. Even the Lich is sick of the undead. Why do you think why do you think I main Ogres these days? Oh God, what's happening with the stream? Okay. Alright. Is it lagging or anything? No? I hope it ain't. But yeah, army build wise, air game versus blob grinding. Zombie front line for a Scrutinizer, a back line of spears, and then supported by crypt horrors, and then more skeleton warriors at the back. A truly infantry grind build with the Claw of Nagash at the centerpiece. Gonna drain out a lot of the vampire blob, while the Lord would be Vlad von Karstein, and that's about it, with a Necromancer supporting with the Corpse Card of Unholy Lodestone. Well, what the hell is this unholy piece of... What the hell is this unholy piece of Nagash abandoned experimental material is this? Skeleton warriors, zombies, the Tithe is in here somewhere, blobbing up around a corpse card with Unholy Lodestone, the regular Mortis engine. I do think that is a decent choice because there really isn't a need for the Claw of Nagash here. The Mortis engine is more than enough, honestly. Just blobbing around the corpse card and the Mortis engine. Like, I don't understand. Why is this vampire infantry blob even blobbier than the crypt horror spammy blob thingy? Alright, Vlad von Karstein, Vladdy Daddy von Karstein going with a spell kit of Wind of Death might be nice here in clearing out the undead infantry. Raise Dead and Invocation of Nehek. Karstein Ring and Master of Beguilement here. A great counter against Von... I thought it's Blood Dragon, but it seems that they're going Von Karstein Vampire Lord. Possibly expecting an air game as well with the Storm of the Night, but there is no air game today for the Scrutinizer's Vampire Army. Now for the rest of the Army of Chief, Terror Guys supported by 4 Varguys. Gonna be seeing a lot of Psycho Charging here, but is that gonna be enough? I am not sure, because this is a very sturdy box that can take a lot of punishment with all the regeneration. And Chief is geared towards winning the air game while having a very blobby army to hold back enemy troops. So, but the crypt horrors and all that can take a lot of punishment, so I honestly don't know. Yeah. There is, for spell, there is Invocation of the Heck, Von Hellstone's Macabre, and Raise Dead. And that's also Undead Resurgent, which is pretty nice as far as an army buff goes. Coupled with the Von Hellstone's Macabre, that is a plus 24 attack and defense. So yeah, let me know if there's like any like performance issues of the stream though. Like I can't really see the stream myself, so I wouldn't really know. And yeah, both armies are really slowly approaching each other right now. I am slowly looking at things colliding. And yeah. They're really like literally walking towards each other. Like inches close. And finally a charge from the zombies. Oh God's sake. What the hell was this? I'm in pain. Guys, just end me. Now the both blobbing are commencing, but the Claw of Nagash isn't in melee right now, so not exactly. Wait, why? Oh, yeah, both armies are like blobbing hard, and damage value is up on Central Scrutinizer because there are more units being hit by that, Claw of Nagash right now. But a breath attack quickly equalizes thing, and the goon is going off with the Vargeist diving down, trying to snipe out this Claw of Nagash as fast as possible. The Terrorgeist should come in and start doing breath attacks on the Claw of Nagash as well, but it seems they're not doing it just yet. But yeah, now at least there is a little bit of advantage of this kind of a blobby build for Chief though. Also an Invocation of the Hack, upping that regeneration. I assume an Invocation was there to get some healing for the Claw of Nagash, but yeah. But yeah, this kind of blob, despite all the damage from the Claw of Nagash, it does have a slight advantage where a lot of these units of Central Scrutinizer can't really do much other than sit back and just wait for their turn to engage. But the problem is that the spells are coming in. Spirit Leech from the... Spirit Leech. Interesting. So that's a Necromancer of Death? Wait, where is this? Oh, they have a Vampire of Death dropping in Spirit Leech. Ooh, and this might be a bit dicey for Chief right now. They're struggling to cut through the Claw of Nagash, and the Claw of Nagash is just netting all kinds of value left, right, and center. They have to they're probably waiting for another breath attack so that they can drop the Claw of Nagash low enough and then jump in with all the Terror guys and stuff. But yeah, things are not looking too great. Oh, another breath attack is coming in. The Claw of Nagash can't really dodge it, and dropping it down to half health. And healing cap is quickly approaching, but I don't know if there's enough stuff for Chief to finish off Vlad von Karstein here. Even okay, they're just like taking turns to do breath attacks and probably just charging in. And like, again, just taking turns trying to work down the Claw of Nagash and then drain off everything else in the vicinity. There is no... Unfortunately, there's a zombie summon here from Chief. Already taking massive damage, probably going to crumble away soon. And already the Claw of Nagash is already having the heal cap inside. Oh no, this is going to be a spicy Winds of Death here. Oh, they cancelled it. They cancelled it. Huh. It's coming! It's coming! It's coming! It's gonna clear a lot of stuff! Oh god! Clear out some zombies. Not the worst thing in the world for Chief right now. But yeah, I don't know how can they work through all the HP on Vlad. They have invested a lot of breath attacks in killing the Claw of Nagash, but it's gonna be rough to kill off all the Crypt Horrors with so much support lying around. I guess yeah. And von Karstein here being... Yeah, Vlad von Karstein is like, let me show you who's the real daddy. Drop that Master of Beguilement onto the von Karstein Vampire Lord. Yeah, just debuffing his stats to Oblivion there. And not much you can do here. Constantly drained by the claw, by the Mortis Engine. Okay. A pretty neat breath attack here. The Claw of Nagash is almost at his heal cap. Now they just need another Terror guys? Where's the Terror guys? Wait, where's the Terror guys? Don't tell me the Terror guys is dead. Oh, Terror guys is still there fighting. But they just need the Terror guys to come back and do another breath attack, and the Mortis Engine can sit there and drain through everything on the field. But the Spirit Leech is imposing quite a bit of threat to the Von Karstein Vampire Lord right now, taking quite a bit of HP from him away. Now finally the Terror guys is coming in for that breath attack to finish off the Claw of Nagash, I assume. Right on top of it, breath attack, not quite enough to finish it, but all 3 breath attacks are done for from the vampire from the Chief's vampire count. Now they need to dive in and trigger that crumbling. The leadership has stabilized. It's not dying anytime soon. Something has to go in and finish it up close and personal, and indeed they are doing that. Yeah, it seems they're hitting something else. Oh, the Necromancer is taking hit for them, and the Claw of Nagash is still there. These Vargas needs to be activated and dive and start diving this Claw of Nagash. But imagine this Pit of Shades right now. Yeah, that would be nice. But yeah. Caradog is Chief, not Chef. Chef has been Chef's game was played earlier. A bit of lag there. Another Spirit Leech coming onto the Von Karstein Vampire Lord, and his heal cap is in sight. Ooh, things are looking really grim for, well, kind of grim for Chief there. A lot of stuff are moving in from Scrutinizer, just trying to keep this Claw of Nagash alive. It is not dying, so perhaps the Von Karstein Vampire Lord just have to dive down from a different angle and hit it from behind itself. Like a ton of stuff here blocking between the Von Karstein Vampire Lord and the Claw of Nagash. They're just not hitting anything. Now, good news is that some of these crit horrors are at their healing cap, but even zombies are at their healing cap now. God damn it! I hate this. Why am I doing this? Claw of Nagash is getting lower and lower. At least the invocation of the Hex are like getting some healing in for both armies. I don't even know what to say now. Actually, wait, at least the Mortis Engine is draining the Claw of Nagash, which is extremely close to his healing cap. Unfortunately, though, the Von Karstein Vampire Lord is not feeling too well right now, taking too many Spirit Leeches throughout the battle so far, and then the Claw of Nagash will eventually be finished. All these Vargas have been kept in reserve just to avoid that draining effect from the Claw of Nagash here. Another charge from Von Karstein Vampire Lord here, another Spirit Leech onto him. He does not have anything to mitigate that damage, unlike his Lamian brethren. The Claw of Nagash, will it be finished off? I have no idea, but it seems that Central Scrutinizer is indeed almost 1,000 gold ahead in terms of balance of power. The other the other Mortis Engine is also almost finished. Something has to finish the Claw of Nagash soon, because it is constantly draining everything in terms of HP. Cycle charging is taking down a lot of these Central Scrutinizer's units, but things are looking not too great as the damage value ticks up with Von Karstein Vampire Lord taking massive hits onto the Mortis Engine right now. The Claw of Nagash is still hanging on. The Regiment of Renowned Leadership is really helping them sustain the leadership right now. Barely hanging on in terms of HP. It is still hanging on so far. And no terror outs whatsoever, so yeah. I think Chief might be losing this one. I might be wrong, which I would be happy about, but yeah, I don't think Chief have this one. Terror guys, unfortunately, is just not a great melee combatant, and yeah, at least right now with the Claw of Nagash gone, Chief does have the advantage of a Mortis Engine here draining everything, while Central Scrutinizer can't really drain anything. The cycle charges will be commencing with all these Vargas trying to work down the infantry and all that supporting units for Central Scrutinizer's forces, but I don't know what can finish off the Von Karstein Vampire Lord. Another Spirit Leech is coming in. Yeah, this Von Karstein Vampire Lord needs to stay the hell away, because eventually they will get drained down by all those Spirit Leeches. Very consistent, persistent Spirit Leeches here. But once the Lord goes down, then I don't think there's any hope for Chief. Balance of power is in the favor of Chief right now, because they just receive a lot more healing, I assume, and the presence of the Mortis Engine is very key. But allowing that Claw of Nagash to stay alive for so long, even when it's teetering on the edge of breaking, it's definitely cost Chief a lot of their HP. And now with Vladdy Daddy putting in some massive hits in this melee grind, Chief is feeling the burn for sure. The balance of power is, the damage value is 1.5k ahead for Central Scrutinizers, and with all the hits taken from all these, another charge from the Terror guys here trying to take down the Terror guys, but a Master of Beguilement forcing it back, lowering the melee attack. Now Von Karstein Vampire Lord charging in, trying to snipe out the Death Caster, I assume, but a very gutsy move because Vlad is here. And he's gonna teach him who's the big daddy in the vicinity, and he did taught him. Von Karstein Vampire Lord took some hits. And Undeath Resurgent keeping everything with nice and healthy leadership. But slowly but surely, the casting support for Central Scrutinizer is being worked on. But unfortunately for Chief, Central Scrutinizer is pulling even more ahead in terms of balance of power, as a lot of these VAR guys have been sitting back not doing anything, while Vlad is just putting in hits after hits against the expensive units of Chief's army. Would be better to cycle units far from the middle fight and run back to the sky. Yeah, charging into the zombies and just cycling them would probably be better, but I assume Chief really wants to work down some of these units, but yeah, I don't know. I assume the magic from Central Scrutinizer have all been used up, because I'm not seeing any Spirit Leeches. It should be on cooldown right now, but I assume that if Central Scrutinizer still have magic left, he would drop even more Spirit Leech onto the Von Karstein Vampire Lord, but I'm not seeing any right now, so I just assume that the magic is used up. The VAR guys here are still fighting. Yeah, 1,000, almost 1,700 gold ahead of damage value for Central Scrutinizer here, as all these VAR guys are taking a lot of damage against the anti-large spears. And they do not have a way to back out, because they're like knees deep into zombies and stuck there without a choice. And also with the Mortis engine backing out of this fight, getting 8,000 gold worth of damage value. What the hell, man? Anyways, it should punch into the melee fight again to start draining once more, but I don't know. I don't know. Okay, it starts to drain again. So the Crypt Horrors are pretty much done for. Perhaps a few miracle charges from this Terror guys might do some work for Chief. I don't know, but it's now almost 2,000. It's almost 2,000 gold ahead in terms of damage value for Central Scrutinizer now. Chief is still, but for some reason, Chief is still ahead of balance of power. What the hell? You're drunk. Quoting Human Boy, yes, you're drunk, balance of power. Yeah, it is indeed true with the vampire. Oh, this might be it. CoolUmbrella, you might be right. If the Mortar stays on, then Chief might actually bring it back, even with so low of health in terms of for the Von Karstein Vampire Lord, because all that's left for Central Scrutinizer now is just Vlad Von Karstein, who is on his heal cap. The Tithe has been working overtime, getting to their heal cap. I've never seen these guys getting to heal cap outside of a Heinrich Kemmler blob build in in earlier days. But all these stuff working overtime for Chief is indeed working in his favor, as the Crypt Horrors are down. All the healing from the vampire from Central Scrutinizers is also down. The breath attacks on the Claw of Nagash really paid off here. And the snipe on the Necromancer, well, they're down too. So all that's left to provide healing for the army is nothing. Master of the Dead is gone from the Necromancer, so there is no healing to all the zombie chaff on the ground. Yeah, it seems that the patience on Chief might just pay off. With a very healthy Terror guy still online, and army losses will be pushing this game to the end. Damn. Okay, I hate the vampire grind, but this game is very, very interesting indeed. Central Scrutinizer was up on balance of on damage value so for the longest of time, but it seems that all that damage they dealt were just to zombies, as all these stuff are heal capped, and the Mortis engine really brought it back. 9,000 gold worth of damage value. The Far guys didn't did much here, as you can see, but keeping them alive really held up that balance of power for Chief there, and that is all they need to bring back the game. Because, well, Claw of Nagash, they got 4k worth of damage value too, but what the fuck? Ugh. Yeah, that was a pretty cool blob fight. Like, I didn't expect that, but the patience from Chief here really paid off. Focus down the Claw of Nagash so that it can't do much damage against the zombies, allowing the zombies to be used to their full potential, absorbing all the hits, and slowly work down the Crypt Horrors who do not have great targets this game, and their lack of armor means that they can be worked down by zombies and skeleton chaff. While the skeletons and zombies here, none of them were able to get most of them at least, were not able to get back to their heal cap. And with all the Spirit Leeches spanned on stuff like Necromant, with most of the damage span, with most of the healing, magic span on the Spirit Leeches and the Winds of Death, this might have been a mistake for Central Scrutinizer, as he did not have the healing he needed to sustain the blob. And in the end, Chief just outgrind them. Like, if he didn't cast that Winds of Death, and perhaps just don't bring the Winds of Death and bring some more chaff. Wait, no, he can't bring more chaff. He is on the limit of the army. Okay, never mind. If he didn't cast Winds of Death and just drop a massive constantly drop more Spirit Leeches, like 2 or 3 more Spirit Leeches, he might have worked down the Von Karstein Vampire Lord and actually bring back the game. But he, unfortunately, that might have cost him the game there. So yeah. Yeah, like, this might be a long grind, which is painful to watch, but it is interesting enough to keep my attention throughout the game. I thought, like, the damage value is up for Central Scrutinizer, but then I forgot about that. Chief actually very patiently eliminated all the healing. The Claw of Nagash, all the passive healing were gone. Claw of Nagash was killed, and then the Necromancer follows suit, and then there's nothing to heal up the blob. And then, with all the magic spent on Spirit Leeches, there's nothing for Invocation of Nahek. So the Crypt Horrors just died because of all the attrition damage, and then, yeah, they just crushed. Chief just crushed Central Scrutinizer's army in terms of balance of power. Once the Vampirus of Death got eliminated, all that's left for the balance of power is the Vlad von Karstein. And he can't deal with he can't handle this alone, being cycle-charged by armor-piercing entities and being drained by the Mortis engine. Interesting enough. Yeah, this is a good game. Even all the stuff going on, even with the grind. But yeah, and that shall conclude the almost 3-hour stream of very painful, Scrutinizer. And that shall conclude the final stream of our, not final stream, conclude the final battle of this Best of 5 stream between Central Scrutinizer and Chief. Very good game to both players. Really close stuff in the end. And yeah. Thanks Q for everyone who is here to watch all the stuff, and of course went through this Vampire Count mirror match with me. Appreciate your support, and if you haven't been to my channel before and this is your first time here, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below, and stay tuned for more multiplayer event. I'll be focusing mostly on land battles, but yeah, some multiplayer tips and strategies might be useful for you even in single player campaigns or domination per se. And I'll possibly be casting more playoffs in the future in this BBB Season 1 tournament. I think I'll be casting one on Monday between Carl Harmon and Alfredino. But yeah, this has been a long stream of 3 hours, and I shall be going off. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Tactical Lich, signing out.